Hello everybody and welcome to the United Stand. This is our watch along for Manchester United against Wolves in the Premier League. And what a big evening we've got ahead for you. What a big night we've got for you actually, because I have tweeted it out and I'm not afraid to admit it, that I do think if Manchester United win the next couple of games, we've got a huge chance in this title race. I know that some people don't want to believe that, but I think that, oh my God, XL Johnson has said, as soon as Mark goes live, everyone say Bruno's injured. I tell you what, XL Johnson, I'll just block you and you can do one, you fucking idiot. What an absolute prat. I've got eyes. What a dick. Goodbye to that dickhead. Anyway, tell one player who is injured on a serious note is... Lindelof. Lindelof's not part of the squad today. So, we will not have Victor Lindelof. And I think this is a real positive for me tonight. Look, I think that I've sat there today. I've started playing FIFA on Ultimate, and I've brought Harry Maguire back, and I'm feeling. It's not spring. I wish it was bloody spring. This winter that we've got seriously is not going to be a very good one with COVID and everything. But I do feel that I feel a bit optimistic today, and I don't know why. I feel optimistic. I feel positive. And what I really am expecting today, as much as I think Eric Bailly can make a mistake, he definitely can. We have got pace at centre-back today. There's no way we can't have pace. Even if he plays Shaw and Maguire, there's pace. Even if he played Wan-Bissaka and Maguire, there's pace. But he'll play Bailly or Twansebi with Maguire. And we will have pace at the back. And I think our best game of the season this season was Everton away last week. A strong Everton team in front of a couple of thousand fans at Goodison Park. And we pinned them in on their own half. And I want to see that today. And I think, look, I don't want Victor Lindelof to be injured. Of course I don't. But I do think that if he hadn't been injured, he would have picked Lindelof and Maguire, and that would have meant for a very different Manchester United side. I think it's going to be a braver side from Manchester United tonight, and I think that we will be in a strong position. So I'm happy. I'm happy with that team. I mean, this isn't the team. It's not out yet. It's not out for another half an hour yet. But I mean, I don't even know what that team is. I'm not wearing my glasses. So what have I got? Bailly, Maguire, Shaw, Fred, Pogba, Fernandes, Martial. Yeah, I mean, that's the team I think it should be. I have heard that Scott McTominay is going to start. And do you think this will be our last game before football gets suspended, says Ewan Black? I mean, look, that is something, again, that there's talk that Fulham and Spurs tomorrow will get suspended because of it. Sheffield United have picked up a few cases as well. The hospital admissions in the UK are the same as they were in April when football was suspended. So I think we're heading towards it, and I think that that will be a problem for Manchester United and the rest of the Premier League. Of course, I do. Mark, can you reply to my Instagram DM at Football Insights? No, Sean, I can't, because I don't really know how to work on Instagram, I'm afraid. I'll be absolutely honest with you. And Mark, what is the score going to be? I think I went with a 2-0, so I do think that 2-0 could be the score today. Who do you think will win the league, says Lennon? I think it's very hard to say what's going to happen with the league at the moment. I mean, look, if we're looking at another suspension, then that can only help teams who've got injuries. So, you know, Man City have got injuries, haven't they? Liverpool have got injuries. So if the league is suspended for a month, it only helps those teams, doesn't it? I mean, we've got Lindelof. But, I mean, regardless of what's going to happen, I do think that with the vaccine, I mean, look, it's an immoral thing what I'm going to say, and I'll put my hands up and say this is totally immoral. But there is a vaccine out there, and the Premier League's got a lot of money. They could just get everybody vaccinated and play football. But obviously, that is not morally correct when you've got vulnerable people who will die if they don't get the vaccine. So I'm not saying to give it to Premier League players, but the solution is not too far away, no matter what happens. But you know, the funny thing is as well. If we do go into 2 weeks of a lockdown or a month of a lockdown in January is traditionally the worst month of the year anyway. I mean, I would rather they'd done it in December. At least you've got your Christmas tree up, presents, repeats on UK Gold. I mean, it's not great, but it's better than bloody January, which, I mean, what are we going to do in January? FIFA career mode, Mark Goldbridge, that's football. I think that's our entertainment. But loved the sandwich that you did, the sausage sandwich, as John Michael Vernon. Thank you very much. Can you call my girlfriend a prat, says Michael Anconi. Is that not sexist? And watch athletes get more sick from the vaccine than COVID. says Brendan. And team news is not out yet. It's not out till 7 o'clock. Obviously, we are live a little bit early for this exciting one. Don't say it, Mark. Football players should not go before old people and emergency workers, says Stephen Clark. I didn't say it, did I? I actually didn't say it. I said that there's a lot of football in money in football, and once those vaccines get released on a mass scale, I wouldn't be surprised if there is some agreements. Because what I would say is that the NHS and the vulnerable have to have the vaccine first. Of course they do. But once that's done, then there's a very strong look. You know what? Can I just be absolutely honest here? And I will be. The COVID, COVID, everything's fucking COVID. What about people with cancer? What about people with mental health? Like, there is other illnesses out there. And I know what we're doing because of COVID, because of the NHS. We don't want it to get swamped, even though it's going to get swamped anyway. But I know people who've died of cancer. I know people who've got really bad mental health issues. And this lockdown has stopped people getting cancer treatment, stopped people getting cancer screening, put people with mental health issues living in a box, and they're not coping. So, you know what? F-U-C-K to COVID anyway, but actually it's not everybody focuses on COVID, even the government. COVID. People are dying of other things. I think it's, if you are somebody at the early stages of cancer where you need screening and you need to get it found, I tell you what, you're not in a very good place at the moment, because nobody is really doing anything about it, because they're all being told to stop doing those sort of emergency treatments and do fucking COVID. So, I've gone political there. Ollie in says Bandroxon, and but as angry as I get about that, and I am angry about that, I'm not going to get angry about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's team today, because I think we'll be fine. Mohammed's put a leaked team out there. I mean, look, I'm always happy to read a leaked team out, even though I don't really think it's true. But there is one thing I can tell you true in a minute. But Mohammed says that the leaked team is De Gea, Shaw, Bailly, Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, Fred, Pogba, Martial, Bruno, Greenwood, Cavani. I'll be very happy with that team. Ollie's been watching the United stand again, because that's basically that team, but Rashford's not fit. So I would be very happy if that is the team. Of course I would. But we will see what happens with that. What I would say is that I'm very confident that we're going to win today. And I really do think we will win. Apparently, Pogba is starting. So that is a good thing. So there you go. I think that is a good thing. I'd prefer it to be Donny. I really would, but that's why I put Pogba in the predicted lineup, because I knew it wouldn't be Donny. So that's a good thing. If McTominay got picked, I don't really care, because you know what? In a funny sort of way, I wouldn't have minded McTominay picking this game. And everyone's going to go, what are you talking about, Mark? You don't rate McTominay as a CDM. And I don't. But McTominay against Leeds didn't play CDM. He went past Bruno Fernandes. And if McTominay played in that role, and I do want to see him play in that role again, the role he played against Leicester was this sit back. It doesn't suit McTominay. He's a power player. He's a strider. He's a player that needs to be box to box. And against Leicester and many games he plays for United, he doesn't. He just sits there in front of the back four and he's limited. So if McTominay had played today and been allowed license to run forward, I woun't have minded it. I think I'm sort of opening my eyes a little bit and thinking a little bit deeper. There's no doubt that Maguire's not been good this season. There's no doubt that Wan-Bissaka's not been good this season. Is it down to defensive tactics? Is it down to the individual? Well, I think today we're going to see Maguire playing with a quick centre-back, and we're going to see Wan-Bissaka playing with a quick centre-back, so he won't need to tuck in. If Wan-Bissaka tucks in tonight and leaves the back post exposed, well, suddenly this ain't tactical. This is the bloody fullback's positional sense, because you know why he tucks in with Lindelof, because Lindelof's slow. But why would you tuck in for Bailly? Maguire with a quick centre-back, no excuses. You've got somebody to do the quick work for you, so you don't need to be exposed for that. So that'd be interesting. But with McTominay, I wouldn't have minded McTominay playing tonight if he'd been given licence to get forward. The reason I went for Pogba or Van der Beek is because they are naturally more attacking players than McTominay and Fred and Matic, and I think we need that tonight. We're playing a team that played 48 hours ago. They're missing their best striker. They're averaging only 1 goal a game. If we score 2 goals tonight, we'll win this game. I'll tell you that now. We score 2 goals, we'll win this game. Clip it, I do not care. Wolves only score 1 goal per game. And look, our defence hasn't been great, so people will be saying you've jinxed it. But reality is, you've got to look at things like that and say, look, if we approach the game in the right way, and I think there are many reasons why we've got to get at Wolves. One, they're going to be tired. Two, they haven't got an established number 9 yet. I don't think the ball's going to stick up front with Wolves. I don't think they're going to control the ball. But they have got a good midfield, and they are capable in the defence. But Cavani's the key to this game. An out-and-out number 9 who's going to be a fox in the box. And that's what you need in Cavani. And I like Martial. I think Martial's a very good number 9. I think Rashford can do a job there. I think Greenwood will be able to do a job there. But in a game like this, where they're going to play with 3 centre-backs, you want Cavani in that box. Hi, Mark. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully it will be a good game, and best of luck to both teams, says Tom O'Man. Well, no luck to Wolves. No luck to Wolves at all. Thank you tonight. We only want luck to Manchester United. But I think it's going to be an interesting game, and I'm hoping that Manchester United are going to win. Leeds are 3-0 up against West Brom at the moment, which makes that Liverpool point. Liverpool will be fuming. Liverpool fans are going to be fuming. Absolutely fuming. It's funny. 3-0 up against Wolves. It's against West Brom. I've just got to tweet it. But Burnley are 1-0 up against Sheffield United as well. I mean, Sheffield United have got 2 points from 15 games. It's crazy, isn't it? It's really, really crazy. It's 4-0 now. It's 4-0 now. Okay. Did you hear that United are interested in Serbian CDM? I'm not going to read that out, King San Calderon. I'm actually quite switched on when it comes to combination of names that say something rude. Please subscribe if you're new, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. We've nearly got 10,000 watching, but we are trying to get to 935,000 subscribers tonight. Would Ollie as a player start for this United team? Says Band Roxon. I'm sure he'd have a part to play. Can I also just say as well, if you are a member of the United Stand Members Club, you get your little badge next to your name, like Marcus Prussy's got there. But also you get your members badge, which changes every month. You get access to the emojis, the community tab. But we also have a new perk now, which is, if I can get this to work, it would be great. It's not that. That's Just Eat. It's this one. So basically, we've got 6 audio GIFs from Emojam, which basically you'll see what happens in a minute. You can send this on WhatsApp and all your social media things. Here we go.
What a prat! What a prat!
So there's 6 of them. We've got Bruno one. We've got a couple of me. All you need to do is, when you're a member, click the link in the video description. If you are a member, click the link in the video description for Emojam. Download Emojam. It's free. Log in with your YouTube credentials, and then you can download to your phone or device 6 of those United Stand audio GIFs, and then you can send them to people on WhatsApp. So they will then open up their WhatsApp and it will go, what a prat, which I think comes into its own if they're on their phone in a quiet place or something like that. So they are free to our members as part of the perk package. So if you want to become a member, click the join button. And you can download those. If you're not a member, you can get the Pratt one for free. Just download Emojam, same process, log in with your YouTube credentials, and I think it's the Pratt one that you can download. But if you're a member, you get 6. Yeah, crack on with that. Hoping for 3 big points and a clean sheet to build some confidence at the back. Come on United, says PMV Patrick. And hi Mark, I hope Martial scores today. He has been playing really good last couple of games, but people don't understand how good he is playing. Don't forget he was player of the season last year. Abdullah, I think realistically, I think the Martial thing is a hard one to change minds on, because there are people out there that don't like Martial and there are people out there that do like Martial. And for me, you're absolutely correct. I think Martial's played well in the last few games. He hasn't scored in many of them, but his overall play has been really, really good. So I'm very happy with Anthony Martial. I think he's a very important player for us. So there you go. Mark, have you caught any of the Brighton game? Basuma is bossing the midfield again. We don't go for him, and he will end up at a top 4 team, says Sean Negative Turner. He'll end up a top 4 team then, won't he, Sean? And do you think Martial turning into Firmino, not scoring but important to the team, says Chelsea Stavala? I think Martial's going through a bit of a barren spell at the moment. I do think he will score goals. I think he'll score more goals than Firmino does. But yeah, I mean, look, the reality is what you've got to do tonight is you've got to create the chances. You can argue about Martial not scoring, but how many chances does Cavani get? How many chances does Martial get? They don't get loads and loads of chances, and that's what we need to do more. We need to create more chances for them. Did you see in the Everton game, Twansebi tried tucking in and Bay sent him off to cover the winger, says Robert Alvarez. Yeah, so maybe, Robert, I think that's something tonight that we really do need to keep an eye on. We need to keep an eye on what our fullbacks are doing. Do they still tuck in even when we've got a quick centre-back? What happened to your hate of Pogba a few weeks ago? Love the videos, by the way, says Jack. Well, I don't hate on anybody. I refute that. I don't hate on anybody. I don't have hate in my life, so I definitely don't hate footballers. So I think that's that word gets misused a lot in football. Oh, you hate them, you hate that. I mean, you might want to have a look at what hate means, because I don't like the word hate, and I don't think hate should exist in the world. I don't hate Paul Pogba, and I don't hate any player. I critique them. They're entertainers. It's like watching EastEnders and saying they're crap. The reality is they are entertainers. They work in an entertainment business, and part of they're performing. If they don't perform well, they get critiqued. It's not hate. Of course it isn't. So with Pogba, I think the situation is, I was disgusted by the comments that came out. I thought they were massively disrespectful to Manchester United fans and the manager. But we seem to have found a middle ground. I know fans that would not pick Pogba, and they will not like Pogba starting tonight. They will not. And deep down, I sort of agree with that. But also, are we now not looking to use him as he used us? And I think that, to me, is the thing. Look, I'll be absolutely blunt with you. Van der Beek should be starting instead of Pogba for many reasons. I think Pogba's probably the better player, probably, but Van der Beek is a Man United player. He's a new signing. Why is he not starting games of football for a player that doesn't want to be here? So I am confused, but I'm also, do I want Manchester United to lose? No, I want us to win. So if the manager decides that he wants to pick Paul Pogba over Van der Beek, I can disagree with that, but I want Manchester United to win. So, I know it's an uncomfortable one, and I get it. And people can make their own minds. They're mature. Thanks for the super chats that are coming in. You can do that through the $sign. I'm a little bit confused there. This is not the official team yet. No, it isn't. It isn't the official team at the moment. That is not the official team. I don't understand why we buy players in the summer if we're choosing the same players which are not successful, like Scott and Pogba, says RKS. I think the interesting thing around the team this season is that I think a lot of it, in fairness, is to do with fitness levels. Pogba had COVID. I don't know what the story is with Matic, but the team that got us top three, right? If you look at Manchester United in principle, the team that got us top three was a midfield of Matic and Pogba. And that was the team that did it, right? So I think that it is somewhat interesting that we have now got a situation whereby his first choice midfield is potentially McTominay and Fred. So why did we wander away from Matic and Pogba? And also, why did we buy Van der Beek and not use him? And why are Fred and McTominay being used when at the end of last season, if you remember after lockdown, they were both shit? So, things change. Things do change, of course they do. But I think that, whatever he goes with, I just hope we can get the win tonight. But so many people talking about Basuma in the live comments. It's crazy. There's a lot of talk that Juan Mata's going to start the game now, which is, I don't know about that. I know that Pogba's meant to be starting. I don't know about Juan Mata. I've not heard anything about that. I mean, I used to get quite a lot of leaked teams, and they were quite accurate, but then they started to get inaccurate. So, yeah, I don't know that that is the case. We'll have to wait and see. A quote from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer that you might be interested in. I'm happy where we are right now. We've got plenty to look forward to in 2021, not just in the Premier League. The FA Cup starts soon, and we've got a really exciting Europa League draw against Real Sociedad. And I think that, you know, Solskjaer will keep his options open. Of course he will. Of course he's going to do that. There's no question that that's what he's going to do. It's a static game, so Mata would fare well, says Nathaniel. I did say that. I mean, Sally Devil Red 7 says he'll slow everything down. I really didn't. And I don't know where people are getting Mata's starting from, because we can all say Mata's starting, but I don't know where it's coming from. But I do think that it's quite interesting that I said a couple of times that I wouldn't be surprised if Juan Mata started this game, because he hasn't been on the bench for 2 games. And it's almost like we're going back to Dino in goal again, aren't we? I penciled him in for this game because it wouldn't surprise me. But it's odd. And Dan James as well. Dan James was nowhere near the team, and then suddenly he started against Leeds. So it wouldn't surprise me if Mata did start today. And I don't know that it would be necessarily a bad thing. The reality is, as I have a little stretch, the reality is that Juan Mata is on 150 grand a week. 150 grand a week. In a month, he earns more than most of us will earn in our bloody lives. Well, no, actually, we probably will earn 600 grand, won't we? Because if you work for 30 years at 20 grand a year, you'll still get that. But, you know, he's on a lot of money. A lot of money. And, you know, what are we waiting for to start Juan Mata? You know, Stoke to get promoted for the home game. So, yeah, Mata's going to have to start some games. Whether he should still be at the club, that's probably a valid point. But if he is part of the club, he's one of our biggest earners. You can't just not pick him. There you go. Mata is in the lineup. There's another 11 out now, which is Henderson, Wan-Bissaka. That can't be right. That cannot be right. No, I don't agree with that one. I'm not even going to read it out because it just sounds ridiculous. Sorry, Jack McGorman, but you've got to go, I'm afraid, when you start saying things like that. He did pencil Phil Jones in for this one, but he had to keep rubbing it out. And Mark, do you think Arsenal can win the Premier League? No. We are 9 minutes away from the team news coming in. And I'm not going to listen to anybody in the live comments anymore because people think that it's clever to start telling people that somebody's starting. What I would say to people in the live comments is don't believe anybody when they say such and such starts, because they'll be talking out of their arse. Rubbers are for big mistakes, says James McCarthy. And Mark, will you wish me a happy birthday? It's on Thursday, says Wyatt. Well, happy birthday on New Year's Eve. How are people going to be celebrating their New Year's Eve this year is the interesting thing. But hey, Mark, according to you, what aspects of the team have we improved from last season and where have we fallen short, says Aditya? I think we've improved attacking-wise. I think that I'm very confident every game that we can score goals now. And I don't know that necessarily last year whether I was. I felt we had the capability. I think we had the potential. And I want people to answer this. It's a good question. Where do you think we've improved from last year and where do you think we haven't? For me, there's 2 areas. One, I'm more confident about us scoring goals. I think we had the potential to score goals last year, and we did score a lot of goals. But I'm very confident that we're going to score goals this season. I think I feel like we're creating more chances than we were last year. Where we're failing is defence, and look, you averaged 0.9 goals a game conceded last year. We're at 1.7 this year. That's quite a big increase. So, last year we were averaging 1 goal conceded a game. If you score 2 goals, you win. This year we're averaging 1.7. If you score 2 goals, you might draw like we did against Leicester. So defensively, we need to sort ourselves out. But what I'm really excited about is if Lindelof's going to be out, and I'd love to know how long Lindelof's going to be out for. If Lindelof's out for maybe 3 or 4 games, and we play with Bailly or Twansebi next to Maguire, and we play better football, then you've got to stick with that. There's a theory opportunity here. There's also an opportunity that Bailly makes mistakes like he did against Leicester, but ultimately the experiment we're running here is twofold. 1, will we play a higher line because we've got a quicker centre-back? Well, we should do. 2, will our full-back still tuck in and leave the back post spare? Well, we shouldn't do. And if we don't do either of those things, I think we're going to score more because we'll play higher up the pitch. And I think we're going to concede less because we're going to be more of a back four positional-wise. So it's going to be really interesting how we do. Because I think there's an opportunity in the next 2 games to get 2 clean sheets. And then we'll win both games. We won't draw either of these games 0-0. It's a must-win game. If we win, Villa and Wolves will playing Liverpool in 2 weeks for first place, says Stratos Makios. And Pogba is starting over Donny. What is the point playing someone who's leaving over Donny? Absolute joke. Ollie is a prat, says Sean Negative Turner. I think that will upset some people as well. Thanks for the super chats. You can do that through the $sign if you want them read out. Thank you very much for people doing those. And if you want to become the member of the club, you can do that by clicking the join button. You get a badge next to your name, which changes every month. And out you as a member, like Nihal. And he says, I'm looking forward to seeing Fasundo and Diallo cameos and how they develop under Ollie and Cavani veterans. Interesting. Thanks for the super chat from Nathan Schmidt. He says, I think the most important metric we need to be using to evaluate progression at this point is silverware. We need to stop choking on the semis. And I'll ask a question to you all. Mark, this is the last match of Igalo at United. No, that's end of next month for Turo. And I will be celebrating New Year's by drinking champagne with my immediate family at home. And I will make sure to raise a glass for you. Happy New Year, says Kenneth Hoagland. And I will raise a good glass for you, fine fellow, as well, Kenneth. And what do you think about signing Ben Chilwell, potential improvements in our defence? He's literally, United stand. Chilwell's literally only been at Chelsea for about 3 months. And I'd rather have Tellez and Luke Shaw. He's very good at going back. Stop choking on the semis. I can't believe what I've just said there. Yeah, Rafi. Yeah. I've walked straight into that one like a prat. Apologies for that one. But there was a question here. No, it wasn't that one. I know what it was. Nathan Schmidt said choking on semis. But would you rather win a Carabao Cup, an FA Cup, or the Europa League? Or would you rather finish second and be within 5 points of Liverpool? Because I would say that, Red Baron says choking on a semi, laugh out loud. I would say that actual progress would be to be second and 5 points off Liverpool than winning a Carabao Cup or an FA Cup. Europa League, I'd probably want more than second place. But I tell you what, the real progression for me is what we do in the league. And if we finish second and we're 5 points off the leaders, then that's better than a Carabao Cup or an FA Cup. I think some people would rather win a Carabao Cup or an FA Cup. But are we not wanting progression this year? And maybe some people feel that a Carabao Cup would be. Of course, you could win the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup, or the FA Cup, not finish in the top 4, and you're back in the Europa League. So, why are Palestri not getting the chance? He has been good in under 23 games, says Ollie. I think hopefully with Palestri we will see him playing against Watford in some way or form, shape or form. And Brooke Smith says Arsenal won the FA Cup. It doesn't mean anything. Mark. Yeah. I wouldn't do a swap for Dybala or Pogba, no. And we need the winning mentality of the trophies, but progression is closing the gaps, as Varax. That's a very good answer. People are going to think different things, but Ollie's even said it himself. If this team can win a trophy, it gives them a winning mentality. Of course it does. Please smash a like on the video if you're watching and subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. We are currently, I want to get to 935,000 tonight. We're currently on 934,500. So please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Get involved with the channel. We're live every night at 8 o'clock, every morning at 10 a.m. Match days, we've got the fan forum after my match reaction, player rating shows, loads going on the show. Always live and interactive. Thank you everyone for tuning in. And become part of the United Stand community. Subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Another super chat coming in from Music Corner. He says, Mark, have you thought about an official TikTok for your highlights? A lot of your clips are used anyway, and they do very well. I just haven't thought about it really, mate, to be honest with you. And Mark, do you want Pogba to stay? I personally would see that it's good work by Ollie. This is Dylan Spinas. Dylan, yeah, I knew you got me there. I knew it. I was just reading it back. Shout out to Evie Nolan and You're My Idol Mark from Aaron Downs, says Kian Gearlan. Thank you very much, Kian. Team news is coming out in 2 minutes, by the way. You have no understanding of history and pride if you dismiss the importance of winning the FA Cup, says Jan Petterson. Well, no, I've spoken about it before, Jan. I don't really want to go into it in deep depth, but the FA Cup was the big game when I was growing up, and then, it's just lost its value. Do you think Ghana could be a good CDM for us? Says Rihan, I hope so. Sure. Welcome to the Members Club, Lee Wolseley. Thanks for joining. Hi, Mark. Hope you're well. Would love you to bake my bake-at-home bagels on your cooking show, says the Traditional Bagel Company, says Robert Field. I would love to do it as well. Get in touch, Robert. And win percentage is higher when we play Matic next to Pogba, Fred or McSauce than any other combinations that exclude Matic. What playing a real CDM can do, says Ryan Farris. Yeah, but our highest win percentage is with Fred in the team as well. So it swings and roundabouts, isn't it, really? Let's have a look at team news then. We're just about to get it. It's a good lineup. Team news is out. Okay, let's have a look. So we've got De Gea, Wan-Bissaka, Eric Bailly, Maguire, Telles, Matic and Pogba, Greenwood, Bruno, Rashford, Cavani. So Martial has been benched. And so has Luke Shaw, and so has Fred. According to this, which is very, very interesting. Let's have a look. Yep. Okay. I mean, like I say, it's a good lineup. It is a good lineup. I've got no problems with it. Let me just change it on the screen for you. So, on the bench is Shaw, Twansebi, Fred, Mata, McTominay, James, Van der Beek and Martial. So Mata doesn't start, whoever was saying that. But it is De Gea in goal. Eric Bailly. Wan-Bissaka is back, of course. So let's get this sorted and change on the screen for you. Initial thoughts on the team. Little bit surprised about some of it, if I'm honest with you. But I'm not massively... I mean, look, I think that Fred not starting is sometimes a bit of a mistake. But Matic and Pogba have done well, so I'm not going to deny that they haven't. So I don't think. Look, I think we've seen that when Matic and Pogba play together, it can work. Greenwood needs to have a good game tonight. I agree. I think it's a shame that Martial's not starting. I think he's a bit unlucky to miss out. But Cavani had to start, and I sense that there's probably a little bit of squad rotation going on from Ollie as well. Giving Luke Shaw a rest is intelligent use of the squad, because Telles is a good player. So I'm not opposed to that lineup, and there it is for you. So De Gea in goal, Bailly and Maguire, Telles and Wan-Bissaka. You've got, and also from an attacking point of view, obviously no Lingard on the bench again. But there you go. Telles getting forward is going to be very important in this game, and I suspect that that's why he's gone with him. Pogba and Matic, Bruno obviously starts, Greenwood, Rashford and Cavani. Is Donny van der Beek unlucky not to start? Probably for me, yep. Probably. But, there's enough changes in that team with Telles coming in and Matic coming in and Pogba coming in, that you would hope that a player of, realistically, I can't deny the fact that I think that it's wrong that Van der Beek is not getting game time. However, did I expect it? No. Am I going to lose my shit over it? No, because I didn't expect him to start. Do I think it's wrong? Yeah, I do. I think more than wrong, it's confusing. You look at that team today, and he's got Greenwood in the team, Telles in the team, Matic. He's made four changes there to rest Shaw, McTominay, Fred, Martial, and still Donny van der Beek cannot start a game of football. So I don't know. I'm just massively confused by it, but I'm not angry about it. I expect it now. Ryan Francis, welcome to the Members Club, and also Daniel Kirk says Grealish behaviour off the pitch has seriously put me off. Don't want someone like that at this club. And welcome to the United Stand Members Club, Mickey Wright. Thank you for doing that. So Donny van der Beek is on the bench, as is McTominay and Fred and Martial and Shaw and Twansebi. But look, I'm confident that Manchester United will win this game. I am very confident that we will win this game. The Wolves side: Patricio, Kilman, Cody, Sace, Hoover, Neves, Vitina, Moutinho, El Nouri, Traore, Neto, Podence. Podence is on the bench. Fabio Silva's on the bench, the other striker as well. Semedo's on the bench. So there's a bit of a rotation from Wolves, who will be tired. Wolves are I'm not going to say Wolves are going to lose this game, but they will be underdogs, pardon the pun, woof woof, Wolves, because they played 48 hours ago and we've had nearly another day and a half's rest. So a lot of people in the live comments not happy. If Traore stays wide, it'll be a good test for Tellez, says Emil Garcia. Have we done that one? Welcome to the Members Club, Maracas 1991. Thank you very much for joining. So yeah, I think that it's interesting. It's an interesting team. I think you've got to see squad rotation. You've got to see that. I know people will say Solskjaer's the tinker man, but he has to change the team. And, I've got no problems with Matic and Pogba playing per se. I think that, they can per se. Slightly in between his movie. But no, I haven't got a problem with that team, is what I'm trying to say. I've got no problems with that team. I think it's a good team. I think it can score a lot of goals. I think we need to win the game, and I think that team can win the game. And that's what I've got to say about that. I can talk about bigger issues about Donny van der Beek and my confusion around that, but I don't think we're going to get an answer on that. I'm actually starting to feel bad for Donny. He was so excited to join, and now he looks like he can't wait to leave on the bench every game, says Nick. Do you reckon Pogba is starting so often so his price doesn't drop, says Yusuf? I don't know whether it's that. I think he's a good player that Ollie wants to pick. I'm reading Man United forums and all of them are so happy Martial is benched, says Red Baron. And Mark, if you could have any manager at United other than Premier managers, who would it be, says Valen. And hi Mark, love the videos. Can you please shout out my friend Jigs, who finally came out as gay to his family and friends? Thanks, says Emmanuel. Oh yeah, Badeo. There you go. I don't know whether that's true or no. Batman.
I got cake.
Yeah, Batman's here. Looks good.
Yes, it is.
Well done. So Lee Woolsey says, I love your content. I really believe we can go top of the league in a month's time. We're Manchester United and we want our trophy back. Look, let's see what happens. Just going back to what Red Baron said there about people being happy on the fan forums. Happy about what? What? He's not been dropped. So Martial's been dropped, but McTominay, Fred and Luke Shaw haven't been dropped. I mean, they've been rested. They've been rotated. The interesting thing I would say here is that Rashford was meant to be injured. So are we overplaying Rashford? Well, maybe, but I think Rashford and Bruno are and Maguire are Ollie's. I won't drop them if they can walk. I won't drop them. So Jonathan Barron says, hey Mark, I love listening to your tactical knowledge. I learned so much from you. Keep up the fab work. See, I don't know whether he's taking a piss there, but if you're not, fair enough. But just before we go and get Flex on, I just want to hello, I'm in a different studio. This is the match reaction. We've won 6-0. Martial came off the bench and scored 5 goals. Up you Martial haters. That's the one for later. The one I want is this one. So let me just sort this out. So yeah, okay. So this is right. This is exactly what I want to do. So you're going to have Eric Bailly, you're going to have Harry Maguire, you're going to have not Luke Shaw, but we're going to have Wan-Bissaka. Fred's not playing. Rashford is. Martial's not playing. Cavani is. Bruno is. Pogba is playing. And Wan-Bissaka's playing there as well. And Matic is playing, isn't he, as well? Oh, my eyesight is so bad. That's definitely not Matic. Off you come, Fred. Matic and Pogba and Mason Greenwood. Where's Mason Greenwood? I have got Mason Greenwood. He's under there. There he is. So what I expect tactically from Manchester United today... Oh, no, it's not Luke Shaw, is it? Where's Tellez? There he is. Tellez... Actually, that's better anyway. So what I expect to see today is Tellez getting forward, Wan-Bissaka will get forward, Pogba will get forward, and I would imagine Matic will sometimes be sitting here. in between the two. So it almost becomes a back three that allows the fullbacks to bomb on. Bruno's going to be in and around here. Greenwood's going to be in and around here. Rashford's going to be in and around here. And it's just a much more attacking team from a tactical sense. So that if the ball gets hit over the top, you've got Eric Bailly. And, obviously if Lindelof's playing, that defence plays further back. So tactically, very, very easy to see how we can play so much better in this game. Welcome to the Members Club. Oh, no, I've done that one. I wasn't taking the piss. I love your knowledge, says Jonathan Barron. Well, that was for you, Jonathan. That was for you. There you go. Please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner. We're very close to 935,000 tonight. So please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner for that one. Smash a like on the video. What are your thoughts on the team news, everybody, then? Are you happy with that team news? Are you not happy with the team news? Do you think he's made the right decisions? I've got to be honest with you. I am happy with that team. I think that there's people been rested, like Luke Shaw and Martial and Fred and McTominay. I think that obviously the injury to Lindelof is not desirable, but it allows us to play with quicker centre backs. So I'm happy with that team, and I think a lot of people are happy. I think the only frustration is Donny van der Beek, isn't it? And I think we all have that frustration. It shouldn't be something that. What I would say is, do you want Man United to lose just so Ollie looks an idiot for not picking Van der Beek? I don't think it's about that, is it? I think there's a massive disappointment in the fan base around Donny van der Beek, but I don't think it's a disappointment where we're going Ollie out or we want United to lose or anything like that. I think most people want Pogba not to play and they want Van der Beek to start for moral issues. Pogba doesn't want to be here. Donny's a new signing. I get that. But, I want Manchester United to win. And I'm more confused about the Van der Beek situation. I said it last night. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why did we buy this player and now he's the sixth choice? We spent in a sentence, we spent £35 million on a player Real Madrid wanted to put him behind Bruno, Fred, McTominay, Matic, and Pogba. He's our biggest summer signing and he's the sixth choice midfielder. Sixth choice midfielder at Manchester United, but Real Madrid wanted him. It's confusing. Confused.com. I think Ollie does what he did against Everton first half. Telles attack and Wan-Bissaka stay back. Matic covers left back and Pogba is the lone CM to spray the balls. And Tian Mystery, welcome to the Members Club. And Mark, do you think Ollie wanted Van der Beek or was he bought by Woodward? Well, this is what I mean. There is a confusion there, Kieran Byrne. I'm so nervous that I want to cry and take some alcohol. I hope Bay and Maguire playing a great defence game today. Come on United, says Rasmus. The exciting thing for me about this tonight is that this is very similar to the team that we played against Everton, and I think that was our best performance so far this season because we dominated them high up the pitch, and I think we need to do that to Wolves as well. Team is okay. I'm fed up with what's happening with Van der Beek. It's disgusting, says Rabo FM. Can I just say before I do something else here, I just want to say that I'm going to start playing this while I do it. If you're a member of the club now, which you can do by clicking the join button, we have a new perk whereby you can get access to our emojams, our audio emojis, really.
What a prat! What a prat!
So basically, you can use these on WhatsApp and social messaging services. They're free to our members. All you need to do is download Emojam. I've put the link in the video description for you. Log in with your YouTube credentials, and then you can download 6 of these audio GIFs that you can then share and use with other people, which people are having a lot of fun with because I'm getting sent them now. So basically, you can send what a prat to people, and when they get it on their phone, on their WhatsApp, and they press it to read it, it will actually not just be a GIF, it will play out as well, which opens up lots of funny possibilities, especially when libraries and things like that open. So if you are a member of the club, make sure you download Emojam, links in the video description, log in with your YouTube credentials, and then you can download your 6 audio GIFs from the United Stand. If you want to become a member, click the join button and you get your badge next to your name and those as well. The only team I get frustrated with seeing now is the one that's got McFred in. We have good squad depth and a centre-back and a CDM will solve a lot of problems, says Matt Roseblade. I'm confused why we keep playing Bailly. He's not consistently good, and when he is consistent, it isn't to the level needed. Why don't we play Twan Sebi? Good point, really. Everyone happy about Martial being rested are fake Man United fans. Every player has a part to play in our team, even if they do have off days, says Harvey Ellis. And I believe the Donny van der Beek situation will resolve itself. Loom at how it was for Fred, and look at him now. Many of us wouldn't want him out the team. Well, I hope that's going to happen with Donny Blake III. It doesn't excuse to me how he's been treated so far, but hopefully, the future is there to be written, of course. Good evening to Flex. How you doing, mate? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, man.
Pogba don't want to be at the club, so I don't see why he starts anyway, says Sheds. What's your thoughts on the team, mate?
Yeah, don't mind it. Busy Christmas period. I stand by what I've said since the start of this hectic schedule, man. Got to change the team, and we're in a position now where we can see that Ollie can make up to like 9 changes, and we could still see a team that we really like. So I'm not nitpicking at anything. I haven't been throughout this whole little Christmas time because the games are coming thick and fast, and the results are good. And when he has made the changes, it's not like the other players aren't buying into it and are absolutely dreadful. So don't mind it. I think he has kind of made his mind up, though, with this kind of McTominay-Fred situation and then Pogba-Matic. It seems he's not really mixing the bag with those 4. He's kind of just keeping 2 with 2. Maybe I'm reading a little bit too much into that. Maybe I'm going a little bit extra, but that's what I've picked up on. And maybe that's a good thing.
There's definitely a consistency of selection that it's Pogba and Matic and it's McFred. But
you know what? That can actually potentially help the players because although they might not know if they're starting every game, at least you've got a better idea of who you're starting with, and then you kind of build that connection within this period. But look, there could be another time when Ollie does mix it up. But for so far, we are seeing the hashtag McFred and the Pogba-Matic situation. So I don't mind it. The Martial thing, again, we can't just get wrapped up in this whole, like, I know we do it when it's fun, like when you all got your pet favourites, isn't it? Like it happens. You got your favourite player. Yours is probably Bruno, and I know yours is Martial. You like those 2. Some people really love Fred. Some people really love Matic or really love Greenwood. But essentially, it's about Man United, isn't it? Cavani's in good form. He's having an impact on the games. Brilliant, a great goal against Everton. Then he got dropped. Then he came off the bench, got an assist straight away. And when Martial's been on the bench, he's come on and scored, and the vice versa. So it just creates good competition. It creates a good ethos within the team, and it makes the players know that when you come off the bench or you're not starting, you need to perform. And Martial's no different, So I don't mind that. Don't mind it at all.
Chris Hollett says Maguire and Wan-Bissaka were good when first signed, but they've played worse the longer they've been here. Is this because of coaching? I think we'll see that tonight, Chris. I'm really interested to see that tonight. I agree with you. It doesn't excuse, but I'm more relaxed on it now. It used to anger me, but I can see the bigger picture now, says Blake III on Donny van der Beek. Welcome to the Members Club. I can't read that one, sorry. I couldn't even begin to read what the member is called there. I just can't do it. But I can read this one. Un3A Shark, welcome. And shout out to Ethan Ragg and Alex Stickhouse for being big fans. Personally, I think we should start Dan James. He's a great asset, says Jude. It's interesting, just going back to the Martial thing for a minute. I mean, he's clearly been rested. McFred has been rested. Luke Shaw's been rested.
Exactly.
But what I would say is quite interesting here because I like Marcus and Anthony, Rashford and Martial. They were my 2 favourite players before Bruno came in, actually. So Rashford's still one of my favourite players. Blake Rowe, welcome to the Members Club. But I would also always say Martial's the better player over the. If I absolutely had to sell one player, I would always say I would get rid of Rashford over Martial because I think Martial's the better player. It's interesting, and I don't necessarily know whether I think that now. By the way, I'm not saying that, but it's interesting because I don't think Rashford played particularly well against Leicester. He scored, but he had 3 really good chances and he missed 2. And he's also carrying an injury, which we know. And yet Rashford plays and Martial doesn't, even though Martial.
Do you know why? Do you know why? I see what you're saying about technical ability and how Martial might look easier on the eye with his touch and his elegance and the way he looks after the ball. But how Ollie's seeing it, especially from a wide position, is that Rashford's more effective. And I'm not one of these people who slander Martial. I get what he brings to us and how he holds up the ball and stuff, but I've always said, can you go and buy a better number 9 than Martial, i.e. like the Kanes, the Lewandowskis, the Haalands, the out-and-out straight strikers? Yeah, of course you can. But Martial fits the way we play and he's doing okay. But how Ollie's looking at it is that, but Marcus is like, he will frustrate me because he'll miss that chance.
But he gets there, doesn't he? He's getting in the chances.
Exactly. And he's a constant threat because he's just such a runner and he is like an alternative to Rashford, the way that he to Martial, the way that he plays, which is just so direct and just running in behind and making sure he makes runs from that position.
Yeah.
I think Ollie just thinks he always has to play, which is fine. I don't really.
That's what I was trying to say. Really, I mean, look, Ollie's the manager. It's very clear that Rashford is valued more than Anthony Martial, and I'm sure there's a lot of people in the live comments who
in that position,
agree with him
because
that.
It's only in that position.
And I've said it for a few weeks. I said it in the summer. I thought Rashford was going to have a really good season this year, and I've said it for a few weeks that there's no doubt Rashford's in the groove. He is inconsistent. He does sometimes misplace a pass, get his shot wrong, close his eyes on a free header, but he's definitely in form. Rashford's definitely in form.
Exactly. And because he's in form, it's why, like you said, he is one of them form players. Like if he's hot, he's in a hot streak, you play Rashford. He might frustrate you and miss from 6 yards, but then he'll score the next. Then he might miss the next, but then he'll score the next. So if you keep feeding Rashford, he will get goals. Like Rashford's an amazing talent, and he's so effective because he's just got that willingness to just always make runs, just be lively. Do you know what I mean? And when you've got good players like Pogba in a team and Bruno or Van der Beek if he ever plays, or Mata or whoever it is who can pick a pass and find a pass, people like Rashford are going to get chances all day. So I do think it is important that he actually does play, especially in this moment where he can.
Welcome to the United Stand Members Club, Kako. Thanks for that. My girlfriend gets annoyed because I listen to you every day, says Jamel. Look, some women don't have good taste. And Frederick Larson says, our attack just wait to get the ball at their feet, never any deep runs. How hard is that to defend against? Cavani's given us some more deep runs, says Frederick Larson. And Mark, not telling you what to do, but can you consider start putting subs on screen also to complete this great channel, says Jacoby Robinson. Good idea, mate. Somebody did just say about time Martial got dropped. I'm trying to find out who said it because it's always nice to expose them. No, I'm only joking. Where was it? Rashford's much more important than Martial, says Robert McCormack. Feel like this could be a good big game for Greenwood. Would love to see him on the score sheet. Very happy with the team news. Let's get the win, says Joe Vistiro. I mean, look, I can't find who it was, but somebody said that that they're very happy that Martial's been dropped. He's not been dropped. Like, he hasn't...
Just been rotated. I wouldn't even say rested. I thought it rotated.
It's been rotated, yeah. Rashford's higher in the pecking order because he could have rotated him. But he's not been dropped because Fred and McTominay have not been dropped and Luke Shaw's not been dropped. They've been rotated for players. That's what it's all about. I find it really difficult, actually, because, you know, I see people in the live comments. They may not be Manchester United fans, but they're like, Martial got dropped. Martial's lazy, this, that and the other. And I think, you know what? I don't get that. I think there's a genuine hate in some fans in our fan base that dislike players who wear their shirt of their club. And I just don't get it. It's almost as if Martial or Pogba score tonight, they'll hate it. They'll absolutely hate it because they don't like those players. And they let that hate consume them so much that it makes them, you know, I don't know what sort of fan it makes them, but it's weird. And I know people in the live comments are going to say, well, you hate Maguire. Well, I don't. I don't hate Maguire. Actually, I've always said I think Maguire with a quick centre-back can be a good defender. What I've said about Maguire is, without a shadow of a doubt, in my opinion, he's not playing well this season. I think he should have been given a break after Greece. I think he should be given a break. I don't think he's a very good captain. But if he goes forward and slams it in with his head today, I will shout from the bloody rooftops if it's a last-minute winner. Because I want him to be good. I don't have any hate or agenda or dislike for players personally. I just tell you when they're not playing well. But I do think some people genuinely have that. I think we need to take a moment and give Ollie credit for lineups and formations, says Daniel Luciano. I think Tony is the better attacker compared to Rashford, but in the past both Cavani and Rashford has made an impact as a sub, says Dipak. I've praised Mark's tactical knowledge, so I will also praise you, Flex. You seem such a gent, and I love listening to your content. There you go, Jonathan Barron.
Nice one, mate.
And Martial's one of my favourite players, but when you apply yourself like Rashford does, that's a vibe that spreads through the team. Both good, and bench is fire, says Debouge. And welcome to the Members Club, Ibrahim de Jagar. I mean, what do you think about the Van der Beek situation? Because I know a lot of people in the live comments are talking about that.
I've kind of given up on it really a bit because it's like, it just doesn't make sense. It just, like you said there about sixth choice, I just don't get how he doesn't get a bit more of a look in. Now, look, I understand you have to come to Man United and you have to bide your time, and you know, we don't want any player having to come here and just think they're the man and have to start every game. I know that's happened with Bruno, but do you know what I mean? You don't really want that to have to happen. But I'm like, I just find it a little bit astonishing because how could he not get more of a look in, like when we've been playing badly during that period? And then even when we're in good moments, he can still get more games. I mean, he did start against Everton, to be fair, didn't he, on the left wing? And even if you're being really, really honest with yourself, because another thing what we do is we paint pictures or agendas in our minds or as fans that we want to see. And then because we've wanted something for so long, if it wasn't quite working, you don't really want to hold your hands up in that Everton game and go, this is made for Rashford on the left, to be fair. We need a bit more. Like Van der Beek, Donny's been okay, but he's not been. Do you know what I mean? Has he smashed it in that Everton game? I wouldn't have said that, but there were players playing worse than him. I accept that. But I just think he should be getting a bit more of a look in, considering how much we are rotating. Because like you said, why have we spent 35/40 million pound on him then?
Yeah, it's a good point.
You know what I mean?
I'd love if Martial scores, but bench is right, says Robert McCormack. Ali has stopped the rot and flattened the curve upward from here. Let's enjoy tonight and continue to keep the faith, says Connor Shields. Could you do a monthly show where we can give suggestions for funny or clever chants for the players? Then you could sing some for the best of us, says Long John Silver. I don't think we'll be doing that one. Magic Lipsky says, looks like Ollie don't know his best team. Donny not playing is criminal. Imagine he's quick passing instead of slow Matic pass. Maguire looks burnt out, in all honesty, says Emily Derry. And Sergio Ramos' contract is up at the end of the season. What do you think of him coming to United? Well, I don't think it'll happen, to be honest with you. Van der Beek is Pogba's replacement. Board makes money, says Mehdi. I think with Van der Beek, I agree with Flex. I've said it already. Am I angry that he's not starting? I was 2 months ago. I think now I've just got used to it. Like Flex says, I'm used to it. I want Manchester United to win tonight. I don't really want to spend negative energy moaning about a player that he's clearly not going to pick. As I said, when the team news came out, Shaw's been took out for Tellez, McFred had been taken out for Matic and Pogba, Greenwood's been given a run out, and Martial's been put to the bench. There's rotation there, and yet even with all that rotation, still Van der Beek can't find a place in the team. And why is that? I don't know. I think he's way too far down the pecking order for a £35 million signing, and I think when he has played, he's played well. So it's not like when he's played, he's been shit. So I don't really understand it, but look, it is what it is. We're going to have to get on with it. Very happy with the squad, says Ethan Chapman. Let's get the win. Come on, you Red Devils. And Florian Thauvin is 27. He's a right winger. He plays for Marseille and he's out of contract in the summer. Could he be one to look out for, says Man United list. I certainly think there's a lot of bargains out there. Please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We're 400 away from 935,000, so please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. Or you can do it through the pinned chat in the live comments. Play Donny as a number 6 or number 8 and see him at blossom, basically Steve Church. And so how do you feel this game's going to go, Flex? I mean, Wolves played 48 hours ago. They've made a few changes. No Semedo, no Podence, and the lad up front that they spent a lot of money on, I think it's Silva, doesn't start. So it's not the strongest Wolves side. We have made changes, but I don't feel that, whilst you said it is rotation and there are lots of games coming up, you don't, with United's changes, you don't feel like we've rotated like Wolves. Wolves are not playing some of their best players because of rotation, but we've got that depth to go, all right, it's not McFred, it's Matic and Pogba. It's not Martial, it's Mason Greenwood. It's not Luke Shaw, It's Alex Tellez. The quality of depth.
We're doing, and this is not an arrogance thing. This is just what we've been used to and the standard that we want to keep up. We want to upkeep at the club. That actually, if you're Man United, you should be able to make 3-4 changes, and the players coming in for the ones coming out should be there or thereabouts in similar quality, or just give slightly different aspects, but they should still be very good players. And that's what we're seeing now. It's not like I said this time last year ago when the players that were coming in. So we are seeing that. You're right. And a team like Wolves, they are very good at recycling players, and when they look like they lose some of their good players, they always find a production line of new, pretty much Portuguese talent a lot of the time. But like you said, they've made quite a few changes where it's not their strongest team. It isn't. But they do play under a system and a manager that, they will probably play the same way, but they just might not have the exact same end products and type of play. So, it does help us. That is the difference in the budgets, because we've gone and Ollie spent over, 200 million plus whatever, and they haven't spent that. So, that is how it should look on paper. But football matches aren't won on paper. We've got to apply ourselves and really be at it. It is slightly easier because I think there will be less of a threat. Like you said, Daniel Podence is a good player, and the fact that he's on the bench is obviously a plus. Who else is on the bench? Is Neto on the bench, or is he starting?
Neto's starting for Wolves.
Neto's starting, so
starting team.
On the left.
Neto, Traore, Nora. I don't know much about him.
Oh yeah, left wing back. He's a decent player.
Is he the player they got in from that we were linked to from Rennes. I don't know whether it is. It might
I
not.
can't remember if that's where he's from, but I've seen him play this season, and he's a good little player, man.
Yeah, people in the live comments will know. I'm pretty sure he's a player that we were linked to a few years. Rayan Al-Nouri. Yeah, they got him in from Angers. Sorry, that was where it was. We were linked to him. He is
Good little player, man. He's
19, good player. Matinho, Vitina, Neves. So yeah, no Semedo, no Fabio Silva, no Podence. So yeah, three of their first teamers are not playing, of course.
Yeah, and you know with João Moutinho, don't get me wrong, he'll be playing against Pogba and Matic, but he is a very, very good player and can conduct midfields and dictate tempo if you allow him to. Do you know what I mean? And Neves, again, I always talk about silly free kicks and stuff like that. Got to be aware.
It's going to be a hard game. I mean,
yeah.
Mustanza says, hey, Mark and Flex, hope you both well. It's my birthday today. Please, can you wish me happy birthday? Happy birthday, Mustanza. And also, Sam Field says, Maguire had good consistent performances for Leicester, partnered with Evans' pace. It's the coaching that causes main defensive problems. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, Sam Folds, actually. But just very quickly to wrap up on Wolves, I think in previous seasons, I'd probably quite fancy this to be a draw, to be honest with you.
They're very difficult to beat, mate. I hate this game. I hate against Wolves.
I think it does sort of have that feeling to it. But I just think we've got to win today. I think progression means that it can't be the draw. We've got to get the win today. So hopefully that's what will happen. Leeds are 5-0 up against West Brom now. Hilarious that they went to Anfield and got a draw.
Leeds is crazy, isn't it?
Leeds
Arsenal winning as well. Masterstroke from Arteta. Brought on Lacazette, scored with his first touch.
Imagine being an Arsenal fan who wore a T-shirt saying Arteta out. What a prat. You ain't going to move past that, are you? But just talking about the defensive side of things, obviously, I think I don't know what you think about it. You know, we know that there's been a lot of defensive errors. You can talk about individuals if you want, but a lot of the goals we've conceded this have been defensive errors, whether it's positional sense, zonal marking, not closing down, not covering back posts. It's been a catalogue of errors this year. Do you think it's down to coaching defensively, or do you think it's down to poor players? The reason I say that is there's a growing sense of feeling that it's the coaching, because if the fans are highlighting, especially like the Wan-Bissaka, the way he doesn't mark his back post, if we're spotting that against Brighton, which was 4 months ago, how is he still doing it if it's not the coaching?
Remember when I said, though, at certain times where I'm like, we have sometimes got into a bit of a situation where we think our players are better than they are. So our players are in a very good moment right now, and we do have good players, and we've got a couple of outstanding players, but sometimes we do forget their limitations or things that they're not good at, that they just have as weaknesses. Wan-Bissaka positionally, away from just the coaching, has proved that, you've got to be responsible for your own performance to a certain extent. He keeps making that kind of mistake, doesn't he? So positionally, it's not the first time he's been caught out of the back post, or usually he might get caught out of position, but because his recovery is so good, he makes up for it. Do you know what I mean? So I wouldn't just blame it all on the coaching, but like I say, you got to look at it as both, because Harry Maguire, once he gets turned and he can't get back in, it's because he's slow. Like, that's not just about tactics. Do you know what I mean? So the tactics needs to basically protect each individual away from their the things they're not good at. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's a little bit of both. I think they're both culpable. I think how we keep conceding goals on corners, I know that's all Jamie Carragher was saying, it's statistically the best way to defend corners with the kind of half zone, half man marking. I just don't like it. And it's statistically the best for other teams, but it clearly ain't for us, because we're conceding goals from corners and people getting across the front post and flick-ons, and do you know what I mean? So
the thing is, Liverpool did zonal mark for years, and zonal marking as a thing has been around for years. There's nothing wrong with zonal marking. We just don't do it properly.
Yeah,
if
you don't do it properly,
static,
you've got to
go and attack the ball.
Exactly. But you got to remember, though, also this team 5-0 now. This team wasn't conceding that many goals last year. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, we had one of the best defenses in Europe last year, I remember. And that, even though you might raise your eyebrows and think, flipping heck, how's that happened? Because you look at them now. But it's the truth. We didn't concede that many. So I do think you have to look at confidence. You have to look at players not doing their jobs
I think
properly.
Maguire's burnt out. I do. I don't. People don't want to. People just, I said it today. Bruno's the captain of that team, and apparently it's disrespectful and divisive. But I'm sorry. I think Maguire looks burnt out. I said it straight after Greece. Give him a month off. He looks burnt out to me. I don't understand how people have a problem with this. You're on holiday with your family, you get arrested, you think your career's over, and it's still hanging over your head now. And then you're playing football every week as Manchester United captain. I'm sorry, you've got to have not only great fitness, but also great mental strength. And I think it would challenge anybody. I don't think Maguire's at his best at all, is what I would say. Not to be negative, I don't think he's anywhere near his best. What the reason is for that, I don't know. I think he's a lot better player than we've seen. I don't think people say sell him for a bag of crisps. I mean, some would say you'd be lucky to get that, but the reality is, I don't want to sell Maguire. I want us to get the best out of him, and I don't think we are at the moment. So, I think Bruno is the captain. He doesn't wear the armband, but I think without Bruno, that team ain't doing so great. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a good point here from Josh. He says, did you read what Rio said about players taking on the responsibility like he did? So it's not on the coaches. I think he's right. And I think that, that's I mean, I know Flex probably never played at the back. I did. And who's to blame for the zonal marking, says Red Baron. Yeah, well, obviously it's the coaches. And how does a quick centre-back prevent the Sevilla, Spurs, Leipzig, PSG goals? Harry Maguire's mindless positioning, lack of command is problem, not the partner, says Joey Pruitt. And De Gea is my number one. He's fantastic, but do either of you think he has more of a role to play in organising the back four? Says Kieran Byrne. I think, there's combinations. I think what we're generally saying is that, there's probably an element of bad coaching, but there's probably a large element of lack of communication and poor performance individually. And
exactly.
And I think that's where we're at. But I look at Wan-Bissaka on not covering the back post. Well, it's odd to me as a former defender that I would be told by my manager to leave the back post free and cover Lindelof, because
exactly.
my natural intuition would be, if you play football, you all know it, whether it's five-a-side or down the pub. When the person's got the ball on the right-hand side, you're not just standing staring at the ball. You're looking. Yeah,
you are supposed to wrap round. You are.
Yeah, and you're also looking at danger, and you're going to see that they're free on the back post, and you're going to think, if they get the ball right here, I can't do anything about it. So you're naturally going to look to close that off. It's like that cross at the weekend or against Sevilla where Maguire's on the front post. I'm not going to position myself where I can't stop that cross. I'm going to be on my toes to do that. So yeah, it's a weird one. But I do, on a positive, want to say that I'm very excited about how we're going to play tonight, because it's not Lindelof and Maguire, and you've got that pace of Bailly. And there's no reason for Wan-Bissaka to tuck in, and there's no reason for us to play deep, Flex. So I think that tonight is almost like, hopefully it can be a reset button for our defence. It's a very different thing to have pace in a defence that's been not had pace in it.
Yeah, exactly. It does give you a different element. Hopefully, one thing I do agree with Ricky is that when you go for a different option, what you might get in one out of another doesn't mean that you won't get out of the other one. So like what you lack in pace with Lindelof, you might get against you because Bailly might be out of position or do something rash or crazy, or do you know what I mean? Because Lindelof's better on the ball than him. I do think
his limitations. I think we all know that.
Exactly, and that's what I mean. There's been times where we're like,
the pace just gives us something that we haven't had.
Yeah, exactly. It gives us a different dimension, especially against teams that we've been playing against in this run. That has been actually quite important. So look, it is like they say, it's different horses for different courses, and I don't mind it. I just want Ollie to kind of get settled with it. But the centre back thing, I just think he won't get settled with it until he gets another centre half. He'll just keep bringing into Nzebi and Eric Bailly in different cameos, or especially at times like this where people are knackered. But like you said, if Lindelof would have been 100% fit, he 100% plays. Him and Maguire probably would have played the whole way through the Christmas period. Do you know what I mean?
Jack Rankin says we conceded less goals last season because we played very defensively. This season we're trying to be more attacking and the defence has been exposed. I mean, that's probably not a bad interpretation. Hugo says that Maguire is obviously the real problem. When you have a captain with that body language and leadership, it's a recipe for disaster. Harry Goodwin says with a better defensive coach, we might see the side of Maguire that made Ollie give him the captaincy. And I really hope they bring Palestri into the team soon. When do you think that will be, Mark? Hopefully Watford. Sam Allen. And hi, Mark. This will be our last game 2020. Come on, United. This will be a good way to end the year. Says Manchester United 1990. Well, also, I mean, we've got to be very wary, Flex, as well, about what's going on, Man City game off last night. I think the Sheffield United game close to being called off. Fulham Spurs tomorrow, probably going to get called off. Talk of a 2-week break, which it would be longer than 2 weeks. They can cancel for 2 weeks and then they'll do it again, I reckon. But we don't know how much football we got left, really.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think on the positive vibes, really. I think with everything in COVID and things getting, cancelled and things like that, the year we've had, I just wait for it to be official, as they say, because at the moment you just don't. You can see sort of around what could be around a corner. So yeah, I'm sure we'll know soon, but it does look that way.
Brighton are losing 1-0 to Arsenal. So Arsenal moving away from a relegation battle now. And Leeds obviously winning 5-0 against West Brom. Sheffield United will have 2 points.
That's bad, isn't it, man? They might do it like worse than Derby did.
That's
that
awful.
Year.
2 points is shit after 16 games. That is bloody shite. It really.
And people had the cheek to get onto Watford at this time last year, saying they were definitely going to get relegated, and they had way more points than 2.
Mark Maguire wanders off too much. Also, I'm pretty sure Kieran McKenna is the defensive coach. Well, let's look at the game tonight, and hopefully we'll see more of an Everton performance than any other. I would hope that Wolves will be tired, and we're just going to be attacking a lot, and it'd be nice to get an early goal. Please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Let's see if we can get up to 935,000. We're only about 200 off now, so bottom right hand corner to do that. Monga says that I think one of the things that Ollie's done well to this team is to make every player feel part of the team, even if they're not playing, so that when their chance comes up, they do well. Well, unless your name's Jesse Lingard, Flex. He's been on the bench, not used off the bench, and then he's off the bench again.
Yeah, you can't. I just don't think Jesse's in the plans right now.
Surprising, isn't it? Because we know that Lingard is loved by Manchester United, and we know that obviously he comes through the youth setup, and he just cannot get back near that first team. I mean, having said that, though, Mata's not been on the bench the last couple of games, and Jesse has, and today Mata's on there, and it fits in there. There is nobody, unless you're Donny van der Beek, really, to be fair. Nobody in that team really gets left out long enough to start moaning. I mean, even Matic, he's back in again. He played against Everton. Pogba didn't play at the weekend. He's back in. And, Tellez is back starting again. He has rotated the squad quite well, really, to be fair.
Yeah, he has, and he's got to. Just on the Jesse thing, I think that really does show you, though, how far down the pecking order he is, because he is loved. Ollie obviously likes him. We all love him as fans and want him to do well and want him to be playing some kind of football or get a move or have some cameos off the bench. Something we want for Jesse because we want him to do well. But, the fact that he can't even getting on the bench and barely even warming up, it says a lot. It says a lot. So I just want Jesse to get the right move for him that suits him and his family, and he can go off and, get a mixture of football and stability back.
This is a good comment from Wayne List. He says, contrary to that other point, I think we actually played more attacking last year, and that's why we conceded less. He says, I think last season we pinned teams back more because we only played with one CDM. This season we've played with 2, with McFred, and we've invited teams to attack us more. It's interesting, isn't it? I mean, I don't really know. I don't know.
No, because loads of the times when we were doing good was Matic and Fred, or Fred and McTominay. They played in big games that we won last year. I mean, we were all happy we just won the games, and we were like, oh, look, we're scoring decent goals, counter-attack's amazing, and this, that, and the other. It's not far different. I just think the players are just a bit more confident in this moment.
You know what I think it is? I think, and I do use Wan-Bissaka now because everyone knows I like Wan-Bissaka a lot as well. I just think Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire are nowhere near as good as they were last year. And I think, if Martial's not scoring as many goals as he did last year, then obviously you flip that to your defenders. Wan-Bissaka's not playing as well as he did last year. Maguire's not playing as well as he did last year. You could say Lindelof's not playing as well as he's last year. You're gonna concede more goals, aren't you? I do think there is a bit of an issue, and I think that's why Ollie keeps coming out constantly talking in a positive way about those players, because he's trying to build their confidence up, because he will know as well. Can you give a shout out to no God? I mean, just idiots. Bye-bye. We played with 2 CDMs last year. I remember playing Rochdale at Old Trafford with McTominay and Fred, which is basically what you said. What are you going to go with as a score prediction then, Flex?
I was going 1-0 the whole way kind of lead up to this game. Having seen the players that Wolves maybe rested and understanding that they're, quite tired, I'd like to maybe go. I just don't have confidence in us keeping a clean sheet. 2-1 win. 2-1 win.
See, I've gone 2-0. I think that, it is something for you, actually. I said this on Twitter a little bit before, and I can confirm I've had a drink. It is Christmas. And I did say that if Manchester United beat Villa and Wolves this week, I think we can win the league. What do you think about that then?
I think that you're
it's
entitled.
Not that I'm starting to believe. It's not that I'm starting to believe. It's just that I'm starting to think that momentum and confidence is really important. And I think that if we were to put ourselves into the position where we can get in front and get 6 points from the next 2 games, then who else is really going to... For me, I can already see where this title's going. It's going to go Liverpool probably, and then Man City look like they're getting a bit of consistency. And then I think we can be in that equation. And I think that Wolves and Villa are good teams. So if we can beat those, I think I really do believe we can get into a title race if we can win the next 2 games.
I think, factually, as it stands, we're still in one.
But I think everybody just thinks, well, we're technically in one, but I don't believe it. I'm telling you. I'm saying if we win these next 2 games, I'm actually going to start to believe we're in a title race. Because I don't believe we are at the moment. I don't think we are at the moment. I think we are technically, but I don't believe we're in one. If we win these next 2 games, I'm going to start believing that we're in one. I'm not saying we're going to win it.
Yeah, it makes it more believable, the fact that and you look at how the players are playing as well in a confident moment, and it's all about the results. And if they get the results, then you can't really say that they're not. Do you know what I mean? You can say you still think that Liverpool will probably just edge it, but if we get to the mid-January, end of January, God willing, the games are still on and stuff, and we're still within 5 points. Well, actually, we've got Liverpool early in January or halfway through January.
Well, this is it. If you beat Wolves and Villa, our next league game is actually Liverpool at Anfield.
Well, there you go. There you go. And that's crazy.
If you go there and not get beat, then
there you go.
Yeah,
exactly. Could go there and take their record that they've got there, mate. They're not playing amazingly well right now. Why not?
No, exactly. Most of last season was played with Matic and Fred, 2 CDMs who complement each other perfectly. We haven't found that balance since, says Jermaine. Well, it's like Flex says. I'll come back to that in a minute. Why does Martial always get labelled as lazy, but Berbatov got labelled as slow, says Red Baron. Do you think you have... It's because he's not English, really. Do you think you have a responsibility for what you say on the channel now as you have so many followers, says Raja? Not really. And is Pereira still at the club? Seems like most of the deadwood are being frozen out. And he's at Lazio, mate, on loan. And with the new COVID cases in the league, do you think that the league will get suspended again if that's a logistical nightmare? I think if they do suspend the league, they're going to have to do something about the Euros. And was or was not our best run of form last season Pogba, Matic, Bruno? 1 CDM, says Wayne List. Yeah, I agree. Just 2 things I wanted to go back to. Raja, do you think you have a responsibility for what you say on the channel now as you have so many followers? No, because it's a fan channel. It's always been that, and people find the channel and enjoy the channel, whether it's 10 people or 10,000 people watching. You can't change your principles. The one thing I would always say is that this is critiquing players. It's not hating on players. If people
that's what you do have a duty. We'll never do that.
That's very important. But we've never done that. That's just idiots on Twitter who don't like the fact that we're not from Manchester.
Don't actually watch. Yeah.
Just because we're not from Manchester, we're suddenly, there's people. They quote people who haven't been on the channel for 6 months. They reckon we're Ollie out when we're not. So, they're just let them carry on. But yeah, there's a responsibility. And you almost always want what's best for the players, which was what I was talking about with Martial there. There seems to me to be some of our fans that dislike players so much that they don't even want them to score goals. I don't dislike the players that I critique. I was so happy with McTominay against Leeds. And for me, it was a ping moment because I was like, oh, you know what? He's actually a box-to-box player. The reason I don't rate him is because he's not a CDM. So you always want to see the positives in people. But the other thing I wanted to talk about, Flex, was the person who said that, the Matic-Fred partnership works. Well, this is something you said at the weekend. We never see Matic and Fred, or Fred and Pogba, or McTominay and Pogba, because it's always Matic and Pogba now, or Fred and McTominay. Do you think that's a problem in the sense that do you think that Fred and Pogba's our best combination? Do you think Matic do you think he's got it right with those combinations not to mix them?
I think while the results are always good, you can't really critique too much. The position we're in, apart from conceding some silly little goals here, I think it's a stretch to say we wouldn't have conceded those goals against Sheffield United. They were absolutely calamity if Pogba would have been in there with Fred. You know what I mean? You can't say that. We definitely wouldn't have conceded that last minute equaliser against Leicester if Pogba and Fred would have been there. You can't say that. So I think whilst the combinations have actually worked when each respective partnership have played together, it's worked. You just got to big up the selection. Do you know what I mean? You have to big up the selection. So I don't think he's got it wrong doing that. The more I'm thinking about it now, it's probably not the worst thing to do if you are going to mix it up, because it's not really a free for all of mix up. It's like you kind of partly know, a little bit of continuity in a time where we're going to have to, muck in and change the team quite a lot. So
also, as well as you think about Pogba and Matic, they played last Wednesday. They're now playing this Tuesday, so they're playing a game a week.
Exactly.
It's only the schedule that means they don't play. They didn't play against Leicester, but they're still playing a game a week together. So they're getting that partnership going, and it's the same with McTominay and Fred. You almost forget about McTominay and Fred because they're not playing today, but actually they played at the weekend. Another point, a good point here is from Likem with the super chat. He says, "I can almost guarantee the FA announced Cavani's 3-match ban for the Liverpool game. That is incoming. That is, well, barring a miracle, I think that's incoming, and obviously." You would expect that to be incoming. Yeah, we probably won't have Cavani against Liverpool.
No, we probably won't. Look, depending how he's playing, you might not have started him anyway. Who knows? You don't know. Cavani could go on an amazing run from now to then. It's like, right, shit, you just got to keep playing him. But the way Ollie's rotating, who knows what the team's going to be then? But yeah, you're right. That ban will come. So we just got to do without him for probably a 3-game ban, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think it's. I don't know what you think, but I said it in my preview. Actually, I think that Cavani is so important today because I think Wolves do defend quite well, and having a striker like Cavani that is just going to make the runs that everyone else doesn't could be really, really important in this game. So I'm hoping that Cavani does get something. 0-0 Southampton West Ham, 1-0 Burnley Sheffield United, and Brighton Arsenal 1-0 at the moment. So that's the way it's looking there. Please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. We're getting close to the 935,000. Bottom right hand corner to subscribe. Thanks everyone for that. Almost transfer window, let's get it, says A. And come on, more pay, says Midway. Yeah, doesn't look like he's going to get him. More pay's drawn it at the end, don't think so. My score prediction's 2-0 to United. And where is Agallo, says Nasty Dylan HD Gaming. I think he's that experiment ultimately hasn't worked. Costa's contract must get terminated by Atletico should we make a move, says Paul. Not nice. Don't think we need a striker, to be honest. Not like that. Not another old one. And do you think we can win the league, says Reese License? Well, we've just spoken about that, funnily enough. And I'm going to go 3-1 United, says Wyatt. And Neto will run riot on our crap defence, says Shahil. Well, I'm just going to quickly do my annual 10 minutes out toilet break, Flex. So I'll leave you to talk about that. What is it you think we've got to be careful of? How do you think Wolves are going to approach this game? And what do you think we've got to be careful of in relation to Wolves today? How do you think the game's going to pan out? Because I think we're going to be playing on the front foot, hopefully.
Yeah, we should be playing on the front foot. Wolves are not a team that like to dominate the ball, although because they were playing against shitty Spurs and the way that they play, that was a bit different because you look at how Spurs got the early goal and then they just sat back. Wolves just came at them. But Wolves are not a team who want the ball the whole time. They want to play on the counter. So we have to play on the front foot. What we have to be careful about is very, very obvious, man. We've got to be careful about the counter-attack. You've got Neto on one side. You've got Traore on the other side. So Tellez and Wan-Bissaka are going to could potentially have tough evenings, or definitely within one-on-one situations, they've got to be really careful. One thing about Traore, which people at one stage were saying, we should have gone for him and stuff like that, and you might still think that because he's a great option to have. But this thing of he hasn't scored or assisted or whatever it is in like a year or however long it is, it doesn't mean anything. You can't get sucked into that because what I do see is that although he hasn't had the end product, he is so creative. He can literally skip past 2 or 3 players, especially if you get him on a half turn, turning at you. You don't bring a second man over to try and help. And even sometimes when you do that, you can still go past both. So I think as long as we stop their counter-attack, they're not going to dominate possession. I think it's fine. So they've actually gone with a Neto as a false 9. So if Neto's playing in between the lines, you should expect Bailly and Maguire to be able to deal with him in terms of, physical presence. Neto's not that. He's a tricky character, but I just think as long as you just tighten up the spaces in between the defence, midfield, and attack, and not leave gaping holes, I think we can actually have a fairly comfortable evening, especially with the team that they've picked. So for me, that's the thing we've got to watch out for. Ben, not going to say the second name, says, does it still cost £15 to watch every match in the UK? It costs £4 a year in India, and we get all the matches. £4 a year to get all the matches in India. Can someone in India actually confirm this, says Ben? Says me. But no, it doesn't cost £15 anymore, but no way £4 a year can get you all the games in India. I'm sure it ain't that.
I'm back. I'm back. Come on, Wolves, says Abdul. Yeah, you know what? I mean, I embrace that. Because there are now, I'm getting the messages. There are Liverpool fans messaging me saying, do you want to do a bet that we're still going to win the league? And I'm like, you know what? The funny thing about that is you'd never messaged me 2 years ago. You'd never messaged me last year. You know, the fact that you're messaging me saying, do you want to bet that we're still going to win the league? Well, we're in the conversation. So
Yeah.
I think this game is suited for a better winger like Sarr. Maybe get him in January, says Josh Stenhouse. I don't think Sarr's doing particularly well for Watford at the moment.
He's picked up. Scored the winner the other day.
Did he?
Yeah, he's picked up. They've got a new manager now, so.
Keshav says that it's true about the India thing. It's £4 a year. It is £4 a year for Premier League in India, says Prince Bazid. I mean, how can that be true? How can that be true?
How can what be true?
That they get it for £4?
Nah, is that true? Is it?
Well, they're all saying it's true.
I can't.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that's harsh. I message harsh actually. You tell me.
Thanks for the contribution, Mikhail Roach. And £4 a year in India is true, says Marangaka. Gosh, that's amazing.
We're living in the wrong country, mate.
Yeah, there you go. Large population though.
Yeah.
Lots of people. There you go.
That's
where's everyone watching from, actually? You can get that in the live comments. And please subscribe if you're new, bottom right-hand corner. We're only 5 minutes away from kick-off. I'm actually going to have to actually kick you off in a minute, Flex, because it's on Amazon Prime here, isn't it? So I'm not on my TV. I've got to get another browser up, and if they can hear you, they'll be able to hear that. So I need to mute you in a minute. But
yeah, no worries.
So yeah, you're going to go. You're going to stick with 1-0, or you're going to be a bit more adventurous and say 2-1?
2-1. I'll go with 2-1.
2-1.
I just can't bet on us to keep clean sheets right now because I just have no faith in that currently. So hopefully I'm proved wrong.
And Ben Oram makes a good point. £4 isn't actually cheap in India, though. That's the thing. So there you go.
Oh, is it not with the conversion rate? Okay,
it's £4 for streams. Says it's probably when you convert Indian currency to pounds, the exchange rates and stuff. Says Ali Ashfaq. And watching from South Africa, Mark, says Mikhail Roach. And welcome to the Members Club, Aman. Okay, so we'll get Flex on at half time, mates. He's gone 2-1.
Nice
We'll speak to you in a bit.
Cool.
You can follow Flex on Twitter at FlexUTD. 27,400 people watching. Please smash a like on the video and thank you for tuning in. Also subscribe, bottom right hand corner. We're trying to get to 935,000 today, which would be great. Bottom right hand corner to do that. Right, I've got to figure out what I'm doing here. So yes, we're 3 minutes away from kickoff. It's me and you and me, and it's always you and you and you and me. There's a song in that, really. But yeah, I'm confident about this game tonight. I've got no issues with the team. I totally understand the Donny van der Beek thing, but also... No, I say I totally understand it. I don't understand it. That's the big problem. But I do understand people's frustration, but I never expected him to start. I mean, even in the preview, I was like, I don't expect him to start this game. So, you know, it doesn't surprise me in the least that he's not playing. Hopefully he will get some game time, you know, hopefully. But I'm not going to hold my breath on it. But other than that, pretty happy with the team. Pretty happy. Welcome to the Members Club, Shane B. And Premier League is in Australia is $15 a month or free with a mobile or home internet plan, says Nicholas Gee. Can Ollie do what Ranieri did at Leicester and give free pizzas to his players if they keep a clean sheet? Might motivate defenders a bit more. Might motivate certain defenders a bit more, Man United lists. I'm watching from California. I've just tested positive for COVID. Christmas Day. Wish me luck. Ian Ramos. I do wish you luck, mate, and I hope you don't get a bad strain of it. And actually, I know loads of people who've had it now, especially recently, and they've been okay. In fact, there's a family member who's in their 90s who tested positive on Christmas Eve, and they seem to be doing okay. I know it's 10 to 12 days before people tend to take a turn for the worse, but at the moment they seem to be doing okay, and they're in their 90s, so touch wood, fingers crossed. Happy holidays, Mark, into the best community on the web, says Sean Finity. Thank you for that. £4 a year, time for ExpressVPN, watching from Arizona, says Deuce Beast. Yeah, interesting. If you have become a member, remember, if you are a member, I'm just going to come onto this screen. Remember, if you are a member, like Even Coleman or has just become a member, if you are a member, I'll put the link in the video description. Download Emojam. It's free to do it, and then log in with your YouTube credentials, and you can download our 6 audio GIFs, which work like this thing that is going to be on the screen now. You can send them off messaging services like WhatsApp, and when you send them to your friends, etc., it's an audio GIF. So you get the GIF, but you also get the audio bit like this.
What a prat! What a prat!
So there you go. That's another perk. Not only do you get your badge next to your name, your access to the emojis in the section there, but you also get those emojams as well, audio GIFs for the members. So we are about to kick off here. Let me just make sure I've got everything ready. Get the players on the screen. They're coming on. They're on the pitch anyway. They're on the pitch anyway. Let me get the timer down there. Up, ready to go. I don't rate Adama Traore, and I believe this is the game where everyone will see why, says Kuma. And welcome to the Members Club, Joshua Gaming and Ronan Barrett. Thank you for joining. It's bloody John Moss again, says Joshua Bowater. And here in America, NBC has the broadcasting rights for Premier League, so we get it as part of our TV channels, says Daddy Reaper. Yeah, we spend a lot of money on ours in the UK, to be honest with you. 100 miles per hour strikers for Wolves. Maguire and Tellez need to communicate with each other, says Sharath Kamath Fitness. Well, I'm looking forward to this one. I want to see a Manchester United win. I think that's what we all want to see. And I think we're capable of doing it. I'm confident we can do this one today. I'm going to go 2-0 to Manchester. I don't know why I've got my earpiece in. I'm going to go 2-0 to Manchester United. And yeah, let's do it. Let's bloody well do it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do it. Please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Get involved with the channel. There's Ollie sat there looking happy. All right, Karaki. Donny, you know. Fuck off. But look, we've got to win the game. Win tonight, win against Villa on Friday, 6 points. And if they put us into suspension for a couple of weeks, whatever. Marco Moodley, welcome to the Members Club. Wolves players are in a huddle at the moment. I'm just going to have a little stretch before we kick off. Paul Pogba there. Welcome to the Members Club, Tabuk. And I'm so glad Martial's been dropped, says Jack Murphy. It's a shame he's not actually been dropped. And Asley Martinson, welcome to the Members Club. Thank you for joining. We're just about to kick off. Go. Is the timer working? It is. 2-1 to United from Sweden here, says Isaac 900. And watching from Michigan, USA, happy holidays, says Christopher Hoffman. Yeah, happy holidays. It is still the holidays. Happy holidays, everybody. Let's get this win. So, first thing I want to look at with this team, I mean, realistically, the only thing to look at really with this team. I'm always confident until Mark says we're confident, then I'm not confident, says Daniel Pereira. So I want to see Man United pushing high up the pitch here, and already you can see that because Tellez is further forward than Rashford. Wan-Bissaka's about 15 metres out from the edge of the box on the right-hand side. Matic has pulled over to that left-hand side, and Bay and Maguire in our own halves, in their own half. So good to see, and Cavani right in there on the last man for Wolves. So straight away we're starting this game the way that we started against Everton on the front foot. Tough game tonight. It is a tough game. I'm not disrespecting Wolves. I think the fact that they played 48 hours ago is an advantage for Manchester United. Of course it is, but they're a decent team. The thing about Wolves is they're more than capable of losing a game to anybody, but they're more than capable of winning a game against everybody, as we know. So Jay Unwell says, Jose out, save Spurs. Spurs aren't playing tonight, are they? They're playing tomorrow. Yeah, keep an eye on Adama Traore. I would take him at Manchester United. I do quite like Adama Traore. Advaith says, why is Maguire playing left centre-back? Because we haven't got a left-footed player. And I hope Harry can deal with Traore 1v1 breaks, says Sanik Days. I mean, look at Wolves straight away. Back five. They will park the bus. That's a good cross by Tellez straight away. And good bit of defending there by Wolves because Cavani is making those runs off the back of their last man, which is what I want to see. And Tellez high up the pitch as well. Really good from Man United, this. It's got echoes of Everton already. Playing high up the pitch, pressuring Wolves, looking to get at them with energy. And Solskjaer's mentioned this, of course, as well. That, I know with half an hour to go, I can bring players on and keep that tempo up. He wants a high tempo. And, I think we're blessed down the left-hand side. I think Tellez, as we know, getting forward's a good player. We know Luke Shaw's been playing well as well. It's that right-hand side. We need to see more from Wan-Bissaka. And hopefully we will. Ollie's going to be with us a long time. Great, says Gershon. I think that's the plan. I think that is the plan at United at the moment, is to keep him here for a long time. Donny out for parking the bus. And Isaac, 900, welcome to the members club. So, long ball there from Wolves, but Eric Bailly just, drops back, takes it down and passes it back to De Gea. Easy work. Look, fingers crossed, I'm expecting to see a better Harry Maguire tonight with a quicker player again. Lovely ball down the flank there to Rashford. Who's your dream realistic United signing, says the LMH. Look, I think centre-backs, Upamecano, Alaba are possibilities. Lovely cross in again, headed away. Wan-Bissaka picks it up. We used to talk about Adama the way we talk about Dan James. We need more quality than both, says Daniel Harding. Nice switch of the play by Bruno. Pogba's got it over on the left-hand side. Cuts it back to Rashford. Nice little 1-2 with Bruno. Nearly works, but Wolves bring it out. United are penning Wolves in at the moment. It's like... I'm trying to think what it's like. I can't believe Pogba is still in the squad, let alone starting, says Sean Negative Turner. Just shows how spineless Ollie is. Imagine this situation under Sir Alex. There you go. Yeah, apparently Basuma did look good today for Brighton. Ken Shambles. Nearly 30,000 watching. Please share the video if you want to. You can do that by clicking the share button. Yeah, dream realistic signing. Well, I think that dream and realistic don't always go together. But personally, my dream realistic signing would be a straight swap Pogba for Ronaldo in the summer. Sophie saying Neto's looking sharp. Shout out to the moderators. And I think Luke Waller hits the nail on the head. He said, just use Pogba for as long as we've got him. He's not going anywhere, so we can use him. And I think that's probably the mentality, really. First 5 minutes, though, quite happy about the way United have started here. There's a lot of keeping the ball in their half. Probably not as much as we did Everton. Burnt Leno says, are you jealous of Arsenal? Yeah, I'm jealous of Arsenal like I'm jealous of somebody who's got chicken pox on their knob. Jealous of Arsenal, says Tony Garner. Man United, I used to rate Adama, now he's just average, says Camagello. I just don't think he's been starting many games. But I think Adama Traore is perceived to be quite an inconsistent player anyway. I just quite like him, and look, what I like about Adama Traore is that he's quite a simple right winger. You give him the ball, he runs at his man, and he whips a good cross in. And I think that United desperately need a player to do that. Greenwood and Rashford are very similar in the way that they're basically strikers who are best on the wing at the moment. They're looking to score goals. I want a winger like a Perisic or somebody who just wants to create. I mean, look at Rashford here. It's a lovely run, but he's looking to get a shot off. He's not looking to play a pass. because and it works. That works for us, but I don't think you can have two wingers like that. David Beckham again. You want a winger who wants to just create. Devon Mann says, do you think United are still interested in Sancho after his poor form? 100%. 100% we are. Can we agree that Nuno Espirito Santo is the... No, I'm not reading that, Panam. And I don't think you're right anyway, if I'm honest with you. But yeah, I do think that Manchester United do need a creative winger, as well as, I think it would complement Martial quite well. Here's Greenwood on the left, on the right hand side. You see again, Greenwood there on the right hand side skips past his man. He's looking to shoot, and then because he can't shoot, he looks to create. And Rashford is the same. I don't mind one of them doing that, but I think two of them across a season, you need somebody whose first thought is to create. Now here's Adama Traore into the space. Good run. See, look at Wan-Bissaka there. He's just done it. Did you spot that there? Wan-Bissaka holding hands with Eric Bailly. Why? I've spotted it. If you didn't spot it there, the run from Traore, there was a ball on to the left-sided player. It could have been Neto, and Wan-Bissaka's wandered into Eric Bailly again. That's not tactics. That's a player. There's no reason for him to be doing that with Eric Bailly. He's wandered in again. Wyatt spotted it. He's wandered in again. Why is he doing that? Your commentary is so much better than the people doing the broadcast, says Kenneth Ogland. Well, that's because we do try to look at things tactically. Very important that we do that. And Sid has spotted it as well. He's tucking in again. But nice ball into Greenwood in the box. And Rashford with a... I'll tell you what. Cross shot, really. Matthew says, relax, they didn't score. Yeah, but mate, I don't react to things because people score, because then it's too late. What we were talking about this, if you weren't watching the hour before kickoff, we were talking about the defensive issues. And, I don't believe, and many people are the same, that our defence has been very good this season. And we were talking about whether it's tactics or whether it's individualism. And I think that what we spoke about is that with no Lindelof today, we don't need to play a deep line, and there's no need for the fullbacks to tuck in. And Wan-Bissaka's tucking in there. And you think, why is he doing it? What a difference a fast centre-back makes, says Vilip Rotaroff. I think he's being sarcastic. But no, I think it does. We're definitely playing a higher line. We'd be playing a deeper line with Lindelof against the speed that Wolves have got. Nicely in by Wan-Bissaka there. So 10 minutes gone. Gentle says, calm down. David Lee says, I still think that he's been told to tuck in. I can't understand why he would need to tuck in there. I think he's just drawn to the ball. Aaron Wan-Bissaka has been positionally bad since we got him, says Robert McCormack. I mean, look, I've coached. I used to play centre-back quite a lot. If my right-back was coming in standing next to me like that, I'd be saying, get away. I don't see what the advantages is of a right-back moving close to a centre-back. I like Martial, but he doesn't make good runs into the box like Cavani, says Andrew Kelly. Mohammed Idris says, hey Mark, hope you had a good Christmas, hope we get a win tonight, and I would replace Pogba with Florian Nuhas, who plays for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Thanks for the super chats. You can do that through the $sign if you want to read out. Only small clubs lose against Wolves, says Kevin, and Maguire got skinned. Why don't you talk about that, says Aryan? Because I didn't really notice it, to be honest. I was to be honest, I've only got two pairs of eyes. I've only got one pair of eyes. And I just saw Wan-Bissaka tucking in. Shot comes in, David De Gea holds it. Aaron Wan-Bissaka and Bailly were out of position covering for Maguire. He stepped up to stop Traore and got skinned, hence Bailly and Aaron Wan-Bissaka had to shift, says Mohammed Salim. Matic got skinned before Maguire, says Steve Harvey. Yeah, but you know what? Traore is... What did I say about Traore? I think he was in the top 5 last season for take-ons, one-on-ones. He's not bloody Marcus Albrighton. He actually is. Whatever you think about Adama Traore, he is good at getting past people. It's one of his thing. If he was a wrestler, it would be his signature move. If he's not asked to tuck in, then why in 16 games the staff haven't noticed it and told him? If we're noticing it, aren't they? Well, maybe they have Sharath Kamath fitness, but he doesn't do it. But I tell you what, it's been quite an equal game so far, this first 10 minutes. United not really in control as much as I thought. So much better without Martial. Needs selling, says Jack Murphy. I'm only reading it because it's a super chat. Make your own mind up. And Pogba with a night. Well, no, it's an interesting ball. It's not a good one. This team is totally individual brilliance, like it's obvious, says Leo Man United. And it's not 16 games. It's been since we bought him, says Amit Singh. Tellez and Rashford don't work well together, says Jack Brown. And Bailey's just lost the ball here. Cut back. Good shot. De Gea clears it. Well, I tell you what, first 10 minutes, 12 minutes, Wolves have had 2 shots and they're in the box again here. Cross blocked by Maguire. So not a great start from United, this. Keep an eye on that academy player, says Jams. Right, here's United with a chance. We are missing Fred so much, says Philip Roteroff. Let's just see if we do anything from this. Would love Neves at United, says Jacob Hexamer, is exactly what our midfield needs. And that attack from United has come to nothing. It looked like it was going to be a good breakaway there, but no, nothing doing there. Lars says, but Bay is faster. Mate, look, I don't think people listen. They take what they want and they don't listen. Eric Bay in the team means we get to play higher up the pitch. Facts. Is Eric Bay the perfect centre-back? God, no. He cost us the bloody win against Leicester by not marking Vardy. But Eric Bay's got his limitations as a defender, but he definitely allows us to play higher up the pitch, which in principle makes us more of an attacking side, which is what we want to see. So I would rather see a quick, good centre-back playing next to Maguire, but in the absence of that, I'd rather see a quick one. Nice little play here with Bruno. Cavani tries the flick, probably a little bit too clever there, doesn't work out. Mark, do you know Southend United are one of the only teams with 100% against United? Freddie Eastwood, top bins 2006, says Dave27OB. You know, you probably only played us about once in your history though, haven't you? AFTV have just said Man United were coming for you. Wolves had activated 2009 Barca mode, says Carrymore. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but Arsenal are now 10 points behind us and we've got a game in hand. I think. Oh no, they're 7 points behind us and we've got a game in hand. No, we've got 2 games in hand, sorry, including this one. So, yeah, we won't worry about Arsenal too much. We're 7 points ahead of Arsenal, but we've got 2 games in hand. I'm sure Arsenal fans, us United, us and Liverpool are absolutely crapping ourselves. But look, you know, in fairness, I'm glad Arteta's doing well because I think your fans turned on him too quick. Here's Wolves on the attack. I mean, fair play to Wolves. They normally... Carrymore says Wolves have activated 2009 Barca load. What do you think of Lingard to Sheffield United, Mark? Says Ethan. I think he needs to go somewhere. He does, doesn't he? He needs to get some game time. He's not even getting on the bench here. But Wolves are having a lot more of the ball here. I just hope we haven't caught Wolves on a good day. I was hoping we were going to catch them on a tired day. I mean, people moan about Martial. Cavani, in his last 2 touches, they've been poor. Flicking. I mean, look, Ricky will be going mad about that. Cavani doing flicks in his own half and another flick in the penalty box. So, you know, if we don't get Cavani the service, I think you'll have the same issues that Martial has. Hi, Mark. My first super chat. Do you really think Harry is a good centre-back? Even the pundits like Rio don't like him, and in my opinion, he makes the most mistakes and doesn't even use his head. Says Ben DeBrick. I think Maguire needs a better centre-back than him next to him. I think the problem is that we bought Maguire thinking he was going to be the star centre-back. I think Harry Maguire's a good centre-back if you put a good centre-back with him. Offside on Maguire. People have an agenda against Martial. It's crazy, says Ethan Kelly. Here's Tellez into Rashford. We're missing Fred, says Melvin. Early day, a bit early yet to be saying that. I said 2-0 to United, but we've not really done anything in the first 20 minutes. Bruno, block shot from the edge of the box. We're struggling in the final third, says Saeed. A full moon tonight, apparently. I think our passing's a little bit off in this game, to be honest with you. And I'll tell you what, if he's going to book Wan-Bissaka for that, it's a bit harsh. No, he's not. He just slipped. Yeah, it's not a yellow card there. Too slow, low tempo, says Paul Leading. I agree. I think it has been. We aren't pushing the tempo in this game at all at the moment. They're a well-organised side, though, Wolves. On a scale from Jones to Vidic, in your opinion, where is Maguire, says WH13. Yeah, but you know what? I think we spent so much time talking about Maguire that I don't think he's, in the first 20 minutes, has he had a bad start to this game? Ramos contract ends this window. Why though? Says could be a dream signing. Nah, he won't come here. Please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Appreciate that. We're trying to get up to 935 on that road to 1 million. So bottom right hand corner to subscribe. Bit of a slow start from United. It's not been the exciting start that I would have hoped to see. And I'm sure everybody else hoped to see as well. Still plenty of time left, but let's see. Nice little ball over the top there. Where's the right back? Just yeah, that's better from Maguire. Good positioning there from that cross. Standard clearance, but we've not been doing that enough. So you need to applaud it when he does it well. Another bad pass by Pogba. Pogba's passing's been really off so far. Passing's dreadful from United. That passing is awful. Absolutely awful. Really bad. Everybody's passing is off. Greenwood, Bruno, Pogba, Wan-Bissaka, Cavani, Rashford. None of them can string a pass at the moment. It's only 20 minutes in. David's right. We're only 20 minutes in, but the passing intensity you would expect a lot better. We need to bloody wake up. You don't want to be going 1-0 down against Wolves. I don't think a draw. I mean, there's a foul by Maguire there. I don't know whether that looks a little bit soft, that. But, no, No, it is a foul. This is where you want your captain, and whether it's Bruno or Harry. I believe Bruno's the real captain of the team, but Harry wears the armband. This is where, if Roy Keane's on the pitch, and I know you're talking about a very, very high-level captain here, but if Roy Keane's on the pitch, he'd be bollocking the team. He'd be bollocking them because the passing's not good enough. Roy Keane would be on this right now before this free kick. He'd be at him. He'd be going, sort your bloody passing out. Switch on. Is anybody doing that? You don't see that on the pitch. And I'm not just talking about Maguire. I'm talking about Rashford. I'm talking about Bruno. Other leaders on the pitch. Where switch on. Like, we've had 20 minutes where the passing's been poor. Switch on. And that's gone on to the bar. We're so slow and boring, says Robbo FM. Header there onto the bar. It was a bit of a looping header, but in between Cavani and Pogba, I don't know who's meant to be marking him here. Cavani should be stopping that. Azel says Maguire thinks his job is to delegate and not lead. We're trying to force a little bit with the passing. We just need to play a bit first, says Don Gamble. Road to 1 million must be nice to say. Congratulations on all the successes, Matt Hayes. Would be an honour to do a video with you if you're free in the next week. But we're not playing Spurs, mates. I'll do one when we're playing Spurs. Stretch time, says Michelle Callaghan. Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, we do need to switch on. It's 0-0. There's no. I expect us to win this game, but it's not been a very good start. And look, of course, anybody can start a game badly. But there you go. There's another 1-2 between Telles and Rashford there, and it just ends up looking like a bad pass. Sort your passing out, lads. Just get a bit of control. Rashford, again, bloody hell, Marcus. That's a 5-yard pass. Telles with the cross into the keeper's arms. Bloody hell. That's a joke. That's an absolute joke. Some of the passing's absolutely terrible. Terrible. Right, here's Pogba. Better to Cavani, lays it off. How do I know Keane would do that, says James Houghton? Because I watched him do it for 20 years, you prat. Seems like the performances have dropped off since Potter's got the PSG job, says Paul. Roy Keane is clearly your all-time favourite player, says Ozzy Montano. He's definitely the best captain we've had in the Premier League era, but I think he's the best captain in the Premier League era. Forget about Man United. And I can't believe somebody would say, how would you know Roy Keane would do that? Well, basically because many of us used to watch Manchester United play every week, and you would see and hear Roy Keane doing exactly that. I don't mind United doing this. Just keep possession. You know, it's a little bit boring, but at least we're keeping the ball and getting used to the ball, because I think we've been pushing it too much. Andrew K says, much love from Namibia, Mark. Could you say, my friend... No, I can't say that. Andrew, I can't say that. What else do you expect with Matic on, says Pete Squire. I think Matic has been one of the few players who hasn't misplaced a pass yet, though. Ref's position is awful and it's pissing me off, says Malik. And Maguire is useless as a knitted condom. How did we pay £80 million for him, says Panam. I'm telling you, no pattern to play, just waiting for individual brilliance, says Leo Man United. Telles into Bruno, and bad pass by Bruno as well. It's across the whole side. Passing is really bad. It's the big issue with United in this game so far. After 25 minutes, we just can't pass. Right, edge of the box with Pogba here. Rashford does well. His little jink. Oh, that was a hard pass to Bruno. He's not happy about it, not getting it though. That's a lovely cross. How does Cavani not get that? How does Cavani not get on the end of this? And yeah, you can moan about Matic, but it's a lovely cross by Matic. He would have been offside anyway. Just probably a couple of inches too high for Cavani to get on the end of it, but he would have been offside. But lovely cross by Matic. I told you Matic's passing hasn't been bad. I think it would have been offside. I think Cavani knows he should have done that. That was Martial, says Wilmer, exactly. Greetings from Malta, Mark, says Ruben Skerry. And Karamor, I can't say that about somebody's head. I just can't. Great ball by Matic, says Wyatt. Thanks for the super chats. You can do that through the $. Wolves on the attack again now. Why do we always get the fat ref? He can't keep up with the plays, as the genius knows. It's not a bad cross by Wolves. We've let it go. Is Harry Maguire wearing pink boots? He's a brave man if he is. Oh, come on. We need Rashford doing more take-ons for space, as Shannon Sharp. Wan-Bissaka again. I think he's too high. I think Wan-Bissaka's position there is not good again. I know it's probably Greenwood's man, but his positioning's not good. I don't know if it's a coincidence, but when Matic plays, the football becomes so dull. Sure, he doesn't lose the ball, but so boring, says Pumpkin Spice Latte. And Maguire is slower than a one-legged dog on tranquilizers, says Jamie Cassidy. I always appreciate a good analogy. Please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. We're 150 subscribers away from 935,000. So bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Let's see if we can hit that through the boring first half that we've had so far. I agree with Nico. I think that Matic has played quite well. If we can improve our passing, we can win this game. But, you know, there's plenty of time for us to do that. But it's not been a good first half an hour in relation to passing. Good interception by Eric Bailly. Bruno, that's better. And Cavani's flicking it to nobody. I mean, I thought it was a foul on Bruno. Mark, why are you so much better looking, better at football, and just better in general than everyone on AFTV? Says Dave27. Wow. It's just like Man United being better than Arsenal, isn't it? I suppose, you know, our fans reflect the difference in clubs. Mark, praying Martial comes on and gets the winner. Mate, I'm really not. I'm really not. I'm not like that. I don't mind if McTominay comes on and gets the winner, or Rashford scores a hat-trick. I don't really care. I want us to win this game. Aaron Wan-Bissaka is awful on the ball, says Hedafar. But it's been quite an equal game. That's the thing that's worrying me. Quite an equal game so far. And I expected us to have a little bit more of control of the game. Hi Mark, can you call Hugh McGowan a silly prat? Says Jay Carrington. Hugh, you're a prat apparently. Makes me laugh how people ask for a prat shout out. Better shape of our defence now. Shaw's not ball chasing. That was Greenwood's man. Bit boring this. Needs Fred the Red, says Pete Squire. Yeah, I agree, Pete. I think it was Greenwood's man, but I still also think Wan-Bissaka's too pulled in. Greenwood's overrated. Also up the Millwall, says Noah Brown. I mean, I think Mason Greenwood shouldn't be exempt of criticism, but also he's a young player, so I think we avoid criticism for that. But I think Wolves will be very happy with their performance so far. And remember, Wolves have got decent players to come off the bench. You know, they've got Podence off the bench. So, and they've got that young lad they bought as well. Yep, I agree with that. Get Matic off and Fred on. A few people saying that. Van der Beek can pass, he'd improve this lot. Such a shame, says Chris Ellington. Yeah, you've just given me a tweet. I'm just doing this as a social experiment. I've just said that Donny would massively improve this game. We need somebody who can pass and keep the tempo up. And I think we do miss that. We do miss that. Predictable Maguire ball to Tellez every time, says Lucas Sinfield. Forwards need more patience giving the ball away, says Badika. I mean, look, it's not going to be something that fits in with everybody, but I think we've missed Martial in this game. I do. I think Martial, his hold-up play, his intelligent runs make a big difference to how we play. But people judge him on goals, and I think that, you know, he's got to score goals if he gets chances to score goals. But I feel with Martial, people are just still criticising him because of the miss against PSG. Yes, it was a very costly miss, but he hasn't been playing badly, and he does make a big difference to our side. Nice ball by Pogba over the top to Rashford. It's a very good ball. Rashford doesn't take it down. And hey Mark, how much do you think Traore would cost? Looks solid. Think it could be a very good signing and much more affordable than Sancho this summer, says Alec Miller. I think it could probably cost us about 50, 60 million. There's no way Rashford's offside there. So what are we talking about? Could have had a penalty. Well, it would be a soft penalty, that would. I think Ricky might be right about Greenwood. Besides shooting, he really offers absolutely nothing, says Man United list. And I think we need Martial for Greenwood or Rashford. We're unable to hold the ball up, says Newlin Paul. No, off the ball runs being made. Poor movement, says Nate H. Well, that was a good off the ball run. Ball went out. I think that's why the ref the linesman put his flag up. I think the disappointing thing for me is that in 33 minutes we've not had a shot on goal. There's no final ball. Maguire is too greedy. Always asks for the ball back and then slows the play down, says Malik. Greenwood. That's actually a good cross. Oh, what a cross by Greenwood and Bruno. How's he missed that? Delightful cross by Greenwood. I mean, people saying Greenwood can't do this, he can't do that. This is a delightful cross. And Bruno should score. I mean, he's got to adapt a little bit, but I would expect him to score that, Bruno. I would expect him to score. I mean, he's had to adjust a little bit, but I think Bruno, that's the chance of the game. Absolutely fantastic cross by Greenwood, and that's what I want to see more from Mason Greenwood. Having that in his locker, he should do that more. That cross is absolutely superb. You know, if that's Gareth Bale in his prime, everyone's saying, "What a great cross." To be honest, I don't think it was a guilt. I don't think it was an easy chance for Bruno. I think he's had to adjust a little bit, and the keeper's done well. But best chance of the game from United. Hopefully, we can build that. Greenwood offers nothing because he's a striker on the wing, says Bernardo. I do think he is a striker on the wing. And I can't believe people are turning on Greenwood. He is Ronaldo 9, says Jack Jones. Sal Bruno, says Robert McCormack. Well, hopefully we can build on that. That's the best chance of the game. And at least we can say we've had the best chance of the game. Let's build on that. It's taken us 35 minutes to have a good chance. Let's build on that chance now. Is Jaffa Cake a biscuit or a cake, says the Prone Bear in the live comments. And Sean Finity, in my opinion, the coaches have to make adjustments to the defence to compensate for an out-of-form Maguire that Ollie insists on playing anyway. It's time for a stretch, says Harith. I'll never turn down a stretch. Pogba wins the ball back well there. Rashford puts it well. Bruno's pressing is fire, but we miss Martial, says United. I think we're starting to get our rhythm going now. You know, not a very good first 25 minutes, but we are starting to get it going. Bloody Pratt, says Big Man Boss. Maguire gets it out wide to Tellez. Lovely little touch. Bruno's starting to get his form in here. Tellez has gone down injured. Rashford, Bruno, and the pass back isn't good. But Bruno's starting to get his groove on here. Mark, why are we missing sitters last week? Rashford this week. Bruno, we need to be more clinical. This defence is not good. We need to make the easy ones. I miss Rooney, says Crunch Time. Not heard that for a while. And Greenwood needs to play striker, who will be better than Aguero, says Ben Lloyd Drums. And Mark, in the upcoming transfer window, which player do you want the most, and which player do you think we need the most? Has Harrison done? I don't want to really talk about players. We need a centre-back. Yeah. And Hassan says Jaffa cake is a biscake. There you go. Shayem says it's his birthday. Happy birthday. Entertainment Time says we need to stop crossing. I don't think we do. I think you've got a player in Cavani who is perfectly made for crosses. So I think we need to put more crosses in. Is Rashford. Penalty! Oh, come on! Come on! What a joke! You're staring right at it! Bloody get down to Specsavers! Oh my God, look at him. The ref's not even keeping up with the camera. Look at him. He's plodding along. You absolute prat. And then he gives a free kick to Wolves. My God. He's given a free kick to Wolves for exactly what he's not given a penalty for Rashford on. Oh my God. That is exactly what happened to Rashford. He's literally just given a foul to Wolves for what he didn't give for Rashford. And people can say it's not a penalty, but he's just given a foul. Ref's a joke. An absolute joke. It's the same foul. I mean, you can say it's not a penalty, I understand, but what I'm saying is he's literally just given the same foul. Ball's not past the defender gets in the way of the attacker runs into the thing and makes contact. Great save by De Gea. Bloody hell. It's exactly the same foul, and you need to go down Specsavers as well. I'm not saying it's a penalty, but I'm saying if you're going to give Wolves the bloody free kick, you've got to give the penalty. No penalty, no free kick is probably the right choice. But no penalty free kick is the wrong choice. You can't do that. Fantastic save by De Gea. Fantastic save by De Gea. Now, I've seen De Gea do this before, though. And we concede from the corner. But they've chosen not to whip it in. Now they have. And it's a bad cross. A few people talking about Paul Pogba. What's my thoughts on Paul Pogba in this game so far? Carlos Chavez says we massively need this win. Just fear that if we draw, Ollie will be content. Not a champion mentality. Well, you know, Ollie is like that. He does talk like that. There's a reason I said John Bloody Moss, says Joshua Bellwater. Big boys had too much food over Crimbo. Needs to stop the game as often as possible for a rest. Okay. You can take either Vidic or Rio from 2008 for this team. Who are you taking? Keep up the good work. I'd take Vidic and drop Maguire. Yeah. You could play Rio with Maguire because of the pace, but I'd take Vidic. I always preferred Vidic. What do I think about Pogba? I think Pogba's having one of those games which has been the 4-year problem, really. I don't think he's playing terrible, but he's just not getting hold of the game. And, you know, Pogba is a £90 million player. He's one of the best players in the world on his day. He's just not having. He's not had his day yet, has he? He's not having a day today. That's vintage Pogba, unfortunately. When you get vintage Pogba, it's great. When you get average Pogba, it's average. And I'm a big fan of Pogba, but you know anybody will tell you this. Over the last 4 years, Pogba's had great games and average games, and he's been quiet tonight. Our defence will melt like a snowman second half, says Thomas Bradbury. We're making hard work of this. We massively need the win, says Carlos, and he's spot on. Thanks for the super chats. You can do that through the $. What would Man United do if Bruno gets injured, says Andy. Exactly. There's Alt-Nouri's down injured here for Wolves, so there's a bit of a break in the play. We are 20 subscribers away from 935,000, so please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and we can do that. Just a little bit of a break in the play here. Anybody who's delayed or anything like that, just deal with it. We're on Amazon Prime in the UK, and it's a good service, but it's a streaming service, so it's not the same as we get Sky and BT over here. They're always a bit quicker. So there you go. But subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Let's see if we should hit 935 now before the game kicks off again, actually. Bottom right hand corner to do that. Wolves trying to game manage this, looking for every bit to make a draw. Passing needs to be quicker, says KA. Yeah, I think the urgency needs to step up. They played 48 hours ago. We played nearly 3.5 days ago. Sharath Kamath Fitness, thank you very much for the super chat. He says, is anybody awake? Derek Dunn says, not every foul in the box is a penalty. Surely that's not right, because a foul is a foul. So every foul in the penalty box should be a penalty if it's a foul. I'd put Donny van der Beek on for Pogba, but I would have started Donny van der Beek for Pogba. I don't think Ollie will do it. Mark, would you take Prime Rooney in this team, says Ahmed? Oh, come on. Of course you would. Score prediction for the Villa game next week, says Hayden. Well, we need to win both those games, Hayden, but thus far we're not at it. Can I get a happy birthday, Mark, says Scott Jones. Happy birthday to Scott. Can you get the balls out for Team Tom, says Jack Worrell. And Mark, if you were a United coach, what's the first thing you would change in terms of our play? Mine would be pace of passing. Think it's slow at times, says Paul Gould. I don't think the passing would be any quicker with McTominay and Fred, by the way. I don't think we're missing McTominay and Fred. I don't think that makes us any better. I mean, in theory, we should be passing quicker with Pogba in the midfield than we would with McTominay and Fred. So realistically, it's been a bit disappointing, the pace of the game. Aileen says, can you please say happy birthday to Stephen Cherney in Dublin? Happy birthday, mate. Here's Rashford on the left-hand side. Overlapped by Bruno. Looks... just doesn't find his man. Welcome to the Members Club, Scott Jones. Thank you for joining. Here's Matic, gets it out wide. Cavani's there. He wants an overlap. He gets it back to Bruno. Out to Tellez. Cross comes in. Oh, I've loved Rashford, but I've noticed that 90% of the time he doesn't give the ball back to Tellez when he's making a great run, says Yelladin. Let's win this. I think Martial's going to come on and score in the second half. Going to pour myself a glass of red wine. Cheers from Sweden, says Anton. Watch out. Traore's about, but the pace of Bailly is there. That's where the pace matters, because I don't think Lindelof cuts that out. That's where pace is important. Say what you like about Eric Bailly and his mistakes, but the pace he has. We need Wolves to score. Few hangovers out there, says Robbo FM. I'd rather cure the hangover without conceding the goal. Lovely recovery pace from Bailly there. We're nearly at half-time. Mark, any idea why Aaron Wan-Bissaka can't cross or take on fullbacks? Always stops or passes sideways. Surely can improve this, says Alistair Colwell. And they're in down the right-hand side. Wolves are in down the right-hand side. Good tackle by Maguire. Look at Eric Bailly. Bloody hell. Martial has been crap. Selling for real number 9, says Ahmed Ammon. Got to be careful here. Got to be really careful. There's only going to be a minute added on. Ref spin at the Christmas pudding. Lovely ball into Rashford. First touch gets away from him. Anthony Dunn. I wouldn't say it's boring, Jonas Warren. I wouldn't say it's been boring from United. It's just been not quite there. It was offside Rashford anyway, I think, there. And that's half time. Well, look, what I would say there is that Wolves will probably be the happier team from that half. Not to say that they've dominated. They've just been they've been in the game more than I would have thought that they would have been. And I think United, in general, need to wake up. I think I don't know. I'm not sure Ollie will make substitutions at half time, but he needs to wake that side up. It's been really, really, really lethargic. Pogba's been very quiet. The passing's been poor from Bruno, Greenwood, Cavani, Rashford. The passing's not been good enough from the front four. We've not moved the ball quick enough from the midfield or the back. And it's been easy for Wolves to just manoeuvre us and then hit us on the break, which is what their plan is always to do. But in fairness to Wolves, they've not sat back as much as I would have thought. They've really not looked to let us just camp on the edge of their box. They've looked to be expressive on the break. So I wouldn't say that Wolves deserve to be ahead. I mean, good save from De Gea from that chance they had. Bruno with a good chance as well. So a draw's probably the right result at half-time, but disappointed with United. I mean, this is a Wolves side that played 48 hours ago. We played 3.5 days ago, and they look more energetic than us. That's not acceptable. If I'm Solskjaer in that dressing room, I'm saying, wake the hell up. Like, where's the intensity? Where's this tempo that I talk about? Your passing's crap. You know, if you're struggling with your passing, just pass the ball side to side for a couple of minutes and get used to the feel of the ball. But we're not, you know, everyone moans about Martial. I think we've missed Martial. I think we've missed Martial's give and go hold up play. I think Cavani's struggling from the same problem that Martial struggles. There's next to no service for him in the box. So it's interesting, isn't it? We're so happy that Martial's not playing, and yet Cavani has looked a passenger because, in fact, Cavani's probably had a worse game than Martial would because Cavani's little flicks have not worked, but he's not had any service either. Rashford and Greenwood shouldn't be on the field at the same time ever, says Gershon, but we don't really have anybody else, I suppose. That's the problem there, Gershon. We don't really have anybody else. But I think that, would I make any changes at half-time? I would. I really would. I think that the problem is he won't make changes, because the change I would probably make would be to bring a winger on who's going to make things happen more. But who have you got? You can't bring Dan James on or Juan Mata for Mason Greenwood or Rashford. So you've got to stick with those. I agree. I would be trying to get Anthony Martial on, but I think he'll wait a bit. Or I'd take Paul Pogba off and get Donny van der Beek on, which he's never going to do. So I think the same team will come out in the second half, but they need a bloody kick up the backside, because that, to me, as a half-time, is just not... for the first half an hour, no shots on goal, slow on possession, low tempo. You expect a much better than that. Flex, can you hear me?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on that, mate?
Yeah, I think it's a half where one team's game plan is working for them better than the others. I think Wolves' game plan is suiting them to a T. I think they're not sitting back as much as we might have thought they would, but in transitions, they're just so slick with it at the moment, and they're picking up some really good positions on the pitch, and they're getting into one-on-one situations. A few one-on-one situations that actually I was really fearful of. When you see Traore getting in one-on-one situations and really running at
just
you.
Just a final
running
ball
at
from
you.
them, really, wasn't it?
Exactly. So on another day, they get it right. Do you know what I mean? We've been let off the hook there. Yes, Eric Bailly's had some great recoveries, and you're right about that. You need the pace there. Harry Maguire got caught in a couple one-on-ones, which, to be fair, he stood up and did his thing. But
I must admit, I think Maguire's played quite well in that half. I don't.
Think yeah. One little thing, I think, where Traore missed the header.
Looked all right. You know.
Yeah, they have. They've done. I think the fact that we've done our jobs defensively when we've lost the ball, I think has actually helped us. But where Bruno, that last chance there, where Eric Bailly, I think Bruno, I knew he was going to try and run across the player, and I was just like, I just don't think you've got that in you in that position there. Just keep it, and he lost it, and we were backpedaling there in huge trouble there. So some really nervy moments. Bruno should have probably scored by his standards, but we've just been too lethargic on the ball. Just not good enough on the ball, man.
I think it's reflective across the whole team that. You know, I don't think we've got the best out of Pogba, and I can already people saying, "Oh, Pogba haters." It's not about that. I don't think. I love Bruno. I think Bruno's intensity and pressing's been very good on the ball. Passing's been as bad as Rashford, Greenwood, Pogba. I think Matic's passing's been quite good. He just slows the game down, so people don't like it. I think Cavani's been no better than Martial would be. Like he's given the ball away a lot, and he's not had any service. So it's, for me, the advantage of Cavani has not worked at all. We've not got anywhere near the best out of Pogba. I would have thought this would be a game that Pogba can get hold of, and he's not been able to do that. Bruno's not been able to get hold of the game either. Greenwood put a good cross in, but apart from that, not great. Rashford's been busy, but it's just not quite come off.
It's not great. Just not great for everyone. It's not. This isn't a Pogba disaster class, by the way.
No, it's just average. I think everyone's pretty average, aren't they?
Everyone just does this because he's, like what's happened before, and we want him to play well every game, and when he doesn't, it's all on him. The whole team, like all them players you just named there, they've just been average. I think Greenwood has produced the best moment of the game. Great cross that is. They see it again. That was brilliant. Shit, on a different day, that's a goal. And I think Tellez's willingness to cross from wide positions is good. But other than that, Rashford, a couple offside runs, not quite at it. It's just not clicking. It's just not clicking. Plus, Wolves, like we have to say, they're a very good team. They are a good team.
I think, just very quickly, because a few people have mentioned it, and they're very right. I don't think Wan-Bissaka's had a good game, and I think that's made us very imbalanced. Everything's going down the left-hand side. So people talk about Greenwood, but there's not a lot going down that right-hand side. Again, I think Wan-Bissaka's positional sense has been curious, but more importantly, going forward, he's lost a lot of confidence. He's not looking to bomb on. He's not looking to whip crosses in. He's not looking to run past Greenwood. He's always coming back and playing a sideways pass. We do look very left balanced again, which is obviously makes it easier for Wolves if they know that everything's going to come down that way. But I think, I'd agree with you. I think, look, there was a couple of times I was like, oh my God, Eric Bailly, what are you doing? But then there was a couple of times where his pace that Lindelof doesn't have covered the danger. And I think we have tried to play a higher line. We wouldn't be playing this line as high as it is if Lindelof was playing. So I think that's made it for a better game. I just think if the second half, if we can just... They basically need a telling off at half-time. The game's not lost. We're not losing, which is a step forward, because normally, you think about previous games in the last month, we'd probably be 1-0 down at half-time, maybe 2. So that's better. But we definitely need to get hold of that ball better. Just quicken the tempo and get hold of the ball. It's almost like we're trying to do little flicks and killer passes. You don't need to do that. Just rotate the ball a bit. Get comfortable on the ball and move it.
There you go. I think, and I do actually think the change in performance can actually be done by the players on the pitch. Don't necessarily have to change anything if those players go up a gear. Because in my opinion, I think they've got gears to go up. Don't get me wrong, you don't want to leave it too long. But Matic, I think someone said in the comments there, Matic too slow. I think he's been very, very steady. He's doing very well. When everyone else, I know he plays safer passes, but when everyone's trying flicks around the corners and diagonals 40, 50 yards and it ain't coming off, you need someone to just grab hold of the ball and just say, listen, let's just feel our way into this and make sensible passes. He's done that. So don't get the Matic slander in this particular game, to be honest. But yeah, I just think if Ollie can get it into them at half time and get them to up their tempo and test Wolves a bit more, force them into mistakes, force them into running back towards their own goal. Because right now, they're too comfortable. I think you give them 10, 15 minutes to do that and then you look to change it.
Apparently Luke Shaw's coming on at half-time, probably because Tellez has been stamped on. I'm just going to quickly pop to the toilet and let you have a chat. But would you make any changes at half-time? And if not, what subs would you be looking to make if this continues to the sort of hour mark?
Yeah, I wouldn't make changes now. I would use. This is where you got to, as a man manager, you got to get into your players at half-time and get a reaction out of them. They're in a positive moment right now. They're confident. And they've been under the cosh at times against Wolves. So I would go in and say, look, up the tempo, up the intensity, and up the quality on the ball. What would I do? I would give Cavani another 15 minutes or so. Then I'd probably swap him for Martial. If not that, then depending who's playing worse out of Greenwood and Rashford. But we know Rashford is going to get the nod. So probably Greenwood out for Martial or Cavani, whichever one. And I think as Pogba continues to play, if he doesn't improve or doesn't have as much say, I probably would bring in a Donny van der Beek into that area, or what else would I do? And Bruno, he needs to play in the number 10, doesn't he? Really, but you could get really technical with it and try and drop Bruno back and bring someone else on in 10, but that's never going to happen. So for me, yeah, I'm looking to get Van der Beek and Martial into this game, but I got to stress, I just think that he can actually do it, can get a reaction out of these if the players just actually up the ante, up the gears, man. Luke Shaw coming on, that's got to be tactical, isn't it? Or sorry, because of the injury, maybe, because I know he got stamped on, didn't he? So yeah, I that's what I want to see. Because look, make no mistakes as well, Wolves will stick to the same game plan. Wolves are going to just keep tight, keep hitting us on the counter attack. They've got good players. They're going to bring Prudence on as well. I'm sure of that. So they're only going to kind of stay in this kind of game in this format and then try and take it up a notch. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think we need to be more dominant on the ball, man.
Did you say you make any changes?
Yeah, I said I'd look to get Martial for Cavani or Greenwood, depending on the next 10, 15 minutes who's looking lively or doing anything. And I probably would look to get in midfield if it's not a game for Paul where he just can't get himself, where Pogba can't get himself going. I'd probably, because I think Matic is okay. I would really keep that calmness about the place. I really would. And I'd put Van der Beek in there.
Well, the danger is if you take Pogba off, I think we'd all say, yeah, let's get Van der Beek on there. But knowing Ollie, it would be McTominay who comes on. So to be honest with you, I don't want Pogba to come off if it's for McTominay. I would only do it if it was for Van der Beek. And I agree with you. I think that Martial for Greenwood is the nailed-on sub that will happen. Because I think he'll be thinking, as a striker himself, and I totally get it, he'll be thinking, look, all right, Cavani's not having a good game, but if a big chance falls to him, he'll score. And I think that's why he will keep him on. So for me, if Luke Shaw's coming on for injured Telles, by the sounds of it, then for me, yeah, Martial's going to come on. I would stick with Pogba and Matic because I fear he won't bring Van der Beek on. He will bring on McTominay or Fred, which I don't think... will make a difference. But then again...
But if you're thinking on a positive, if you're trying to see, Ollie's thinking, I know your gut feeling is not, but if you think about it, maybe a little bit of an injection and assertiveness in midfield in terms of you give McTominay the role of actually, getting forward and trying to make things happen. That could have a positive effect, man.
But I don't think I would make a change at half time unless he really wants to get Martial on for 45 minutes. I might think about that. But Wan-Bissaka is clueless with the ball. We need a right back, says Praveen Thomas. You know what? I do start talking about Wan-Bissaka in the same conversation as I talk about what's his name now? Harry Maguire, and I think Wan-Bissaka's been a bit off tonight. To be honest with you, again, but we'll see. McFred is better than Pogtic, says Samuel. I just think we've been a bit... I'm surprised, Flex. I think the tempo's just been a bit slow tonight. And I don't know why. We've had a day and a half extra. And Wolves... Yeah. Look, be interesting if Wolves fade in the second half.
Sorry, they're just replaying the Leeds goals. Wow.
The surprising thing about Leeds is that they actually kept a clean sheet as well. You'd expect it to be 5-4, but 5-0 is bloody hell. That's another good one.
They've got some great goals.
I might watch Match of the Day tonight if we win.
Own goal from O'Shea. Oh, another one here. This must be the fifth. Cutting in, Rodrigo. Bang. Oh, flipping it. What a goal. Wait till you see the last one. Anyway, we've done them 6-2. Get out of it. That's what I was saying when you was gone. I was saying that I think Ollie can get the reaction. I would trust him getting the reaction from the players at halftime. Challenge them to that because I don't think it's been as bad that he needs to make rapid changes at halftime. No. The Luke Shaw one might be because of an injury. Fair enough, but I would say to them, "Come on, guys, you're better than this. You're not playing badly because Wolves are sticking it all over you, and I need to make tactical changes. You're playing badly because you're not actually at it. Do you know what I mean?" And sometimes it might just be a whole off day, but I'd stick with it for 10, 15, and then I'll try and switch it up tactically.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so we'll get Flex on for the fan forum after my match reaction with KG and co. I hope it's not to be a draw, mate.
Yeah, I don't want to draw, man. It's got one of them all over it. This is why I was going with the 1-0, the tight little, do you know what I mean? Scoreline, because I could just see it's always a difficult game against these, always. But it's looking like it's going to be a 1-0 or a goal in it. It looks like, mate. It's so tight. So, yeah, we'll see.
All right, mate. I'll speak to you in a bit.
All right, bye.
You can follow Twex. You can follow Flex on Twitter at FlexUTD. Luke Shaw definitely coming on. I think Telles injured. That's probably from the stamp. Which is a bit of a shame. That's why Luke Shaw's warming up. Players just coming on for a warm-up now. Notice how this never used to be a thing, but players, just before they come back and start now, they all do little jogs and United do it as well. I've never noticed this until this season. Please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. We're very close to 935,000. We're about 20 away, we were last time I checked. So bottom right hand corner, subscribe, get involved in the channel. We've got player ratings in the second half that you can vote for. I'll get that up on the website and tell you when it's there. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average, put a star next to your man of the match, and then when we do the match reaction afterwards, I'll give mine, and when I give mine, it will give yours aggregated, so that's always a bit of fun. Bruno false 9, Pogba Cam, Van der Beek for Cavani. Merry Christmas, says Darren Sorden. And game is calling out for Van der Beek and Martial. We're moving the ball too slowly and too statish up top, says Sam Claridge. I actually believe McTominay could speed up the tempo, says Vervent Nut. Well, maybe. Depends. I don't like McTominay when he has to play as a CDM. If McTominay is allowed to get forward, then I think McTominay could offer something different. But I'm glad there's no changes that aren't forced at the moment. I'm quite happy to see... and I think Rashford and Luke Shaw work better. I presume Telles is injured. There's no other reason I would imagine that you would take Telles off. So I would imagine he's injured. He did get stamped down on his foot. But the team needs to be quicker in this second half. We're just about to kick off for the second half. And there we go. Telles is injured. Thank you, everybody. First 5, Pogba flashed his hand. He was annoyed. He asked for the ball, but Slabhead played it to Matic. He said it's unfair. He doesn't play with mobile Fred, says Malik. And if Telles is not injured, then why replace him, says Salah Ahmed. Yeah, it looks like he is injured. Change your visual. Yeah. Thank you very much. I've got so many browsers open today. I normally have a TV screen, but because it's on a browser, I have to do that. Well, one of my favourites is on, Luke Shaw. Unfortunately, it's for injured player, which is a bit disappointing. But we'll probably see Martial crying out for Donny, says Paul Green. Need to see a positive second half. Shaw wins the free kick, says KA. Bruno's on the free kick. Cross comes in. Headed away. Go on, Eric. Go on, Eric. Remember Eric the Banana Man from something Road? What was his name? When Eric eats a banana, he turns into Banana Man. And Super Ted. Super Ted, who was a teddy that got thrown away and then got sprinkled with magic dust and turned into a Ted. And I think a spaceman called Spotty came down and sprinkled him with dust. Super Ted and Banana Man. I used to watch that every night I came home from school. Free Donny, says Anthony Carter. We've wasted a sub on a left back now, says Connor. And Thundercats was the one, says Sporting Future. Yeah, I love that. Absolutely love that. Thundercats, Banana Man, Super Ted, Brave Star, Muppet Babies. Yeah, they're all good. Airwolf, says Foldy434. That had the best. Definitely had the best theme tune. Free Super Ted, says Robert McCormack. They were only like 5 minutes long. Ollie, it's fast attacking football. We want them to go quickly. It's not walking tempo football that we demand. Still waiting, Ollie, says Steve Lebo. Fraggle Rock. Oh, Fraggle Rock was great. Bruno was poor first half. Donny on, Bruno off. Bagpuss. I never liked Bagpuss, Susan Brandon. Anyway, we should not be talking about classic cartoons in this game because that straight away says that we've not got the tempo up in the second half, which we desperately need to do. A lot of people going in on Pogba. May as well do a tweet about it. Might bang. A lot of people saying get Pogba off and Van der Beek on. I don't. Yeah, I mean, you know what? In all fairness, for all the Pogba criticism, let's not forget Bruno's not having a great game either. Rashford's not. Greenwood's not. Cavani's not. And in an attacking sense, we've not. I think the defence has been okay. I think Matic has been good. Bailly and Maguire have been good. Wan-Bissaka not so much so. I thought Telles was good until he got injured. Luke Shaw started the second half okay. I mean, Rashford's just been tackled there very easily. Good work back, and he'll get booked. But I think too many people are having a bad game at the moment. Our offence or attack, Scott Panton says, has been poor. They've booked the Wolves player for something there. I don't know why. I think they've got that wrong. Mince pies or Yorkshire puddings, says Way. How's about putting mince pies in your Yorkshire puddings? Rashford's been poor too. James on, Rashford off, says United TV. Are you having a laugh? Is he having a laugh? I would not take Dan James on the pitch before Anthony Martial. Never. Nerd Stop says, whenever we need the points, we pull our pants down. We cannot draw this game. We've got to find a way to win this game. You know, the Leicester game was a bad game to draw. So drawing this, 2 points from 6, not good enough. You've got to find a win. I felt we did enough to beat Leicester and we drew. If we deserve to draw here and we win, I'll take it. This cannot be a draw. We've got to win this game. I don't care whether we deserve to win it. We've got to win it because you can't be drawing 2 games in a row if you want to be in a fucking hell, Pogba. Bloody hell. What was that? That was awful. That was weird. I don't even know what Pogba was doing there. Come on. I tell you what, he's got to be looking at taking Pogba off. I mean, he's just not at it. And I suppose this is the worry with Pogba, isn't it? He wants to leave. When he starts putting in a performance like that, this is the danger. If he's switched on and he's focused, then, you know, there's a debate to be had about starting him. But if he's putting in a performance like this and he doesn't want to be here, then is that not a problem? Can you call my friend Jack a Pratt, says Nightfall? And Pogba doesn't work without Martial, says Ewan Black. Martial is just going to come on and miss a sitter, says United TV. At least it be a chance, mate. We've only had one bloody chance. Seriously, Pogba off. He does nothing. He's a waste, says Robbo FM. And here, I'm sure Pogba can change a game, can't he? That's a better ball by Pogba. Into Greenwood. You're having a laugh. What's your favourite Office extras, Derek? Life or Afterlife, says Ria West. Probably that. Podence is coming on for them. Shit. Pogba off. He's been terrible. Looks like his desire's gone, says Jake McGrath. Yeah, but you know the thing with Pogba, maybe he wants to go in January as well. You know, everyone says he's here till the summer. Maybe he wants to go in January. You know? Mark, I'm bored. Entertain me, says KKB. Well, I'm going to have a stretch in a minute. Is that exciting enough? Jordan White says game over now because Podence is coming on. Nah, we don't need to worry about that. Another crap ball by Pogba. We've got to be careful here though, because Wolves are a good team, and I think a good team would beat us today because we've not been at the races. This is not good. 10 minutes of the second half nearly over, and we're not playing well. So you get to that point where you want to win. And we're probably being a bit arrogant saying, I don't care how we win it, let's win it. But we're probably not respecting the fact that Wolves are playing well and they could win the game. If Wolves score and win 1-0, am I really going to sit here? Are you going to really sit where you are and say, wow, they deserve that? Good tackle by Pogba there. They do deserve to win it at the moment, Wolves. You've got to earn the right to win the game, and we're at home. We've not had enough chances. This is back to United being shit at home again. And surprise, surprise, the one good game we played at home was against the Leeds team that's more open than a bloody Don't know. Something that's very open. I've stunned myself there. Zane's in the house. I knew he would be at some point. Mark, Lacazette is back. We're getting Diego Costa, he and Martinelli, the Brazilian deadly duo. Yes, but Zane, I told you not to sack Arteta and you were saying Arteta out. So what are you saying now? Podence is coming on for Vitinha. Good player, Podence. He's about to spin Maguire, said somebody. Get Martial on, I say. Well, it's the same first 10. Insert that it's a trap gift from Star Wars here, says Scott Andrews. Sub Fred on, we're so dreadful without him, says Pumpkin Spice Latte. The subs I would make would be Tony and Donny. He won't do it. I don't think he'll do it, but Wolves, tactically well disciplined and well organised. They've got a game plan and they are playing to that game plan. Remember, they only played 48 hours ago, Wolves. Oh, Bruno! That's a shit pass as well. I mean, look, to be honest with you, is there much of a difference between Bruno and Pogba? They've both been really poor. Rangers or Celtic, Braden Weir says. I don't answer that question, Braden. Watch now, Mark. The Neto and Podence combination, says Chunk. Just seen Donny warming up, says Red Baron. He might take Bruno off. He'd be mad to do it, but he might do. Greenwood. Another bad pass by Pogba, but Greenwood keeps hold of it. Come on. Out to Wan-Bissaka. It goes for... Let it go for a corner. No, it's not going to go. Well played, Wan-Bissaka there. He's lost it, though. I think Wolves have just been more streetwise than us in this game. They've played the game better than the way we have. A bit more physical, read the ball better. Greenwood, lovely little ball. No, it's not a good ball by Greenwood. And the trouble about those balls, if you get them right, look at Luke Shaw on Traore. Brilliant by Shaw, that is. Sense the danger, cuts it out. Luke Shaw just has everybody on toast, though. Mahrez, Traore, very rarely get... This is where, for me, Luke Shaw is so underrated. Nobody ever really gets the best of him. Doesn't matter how good the winger is, how quick the winger is, how skillful the winger is. They don't really get the better of him. And I know that you want to see more in an attacking sense from Luke Shaw, but defensively, I think he's absolutely fantastic. He doesn't make many mistakes, and this is why I like him, and this is why I've been proved right about him. Everyone used to say, "Oh, you're just in love with Luke Shaw." Well, I'm not. I just think he just does his job really, really well. And what's wrong with that? Can't watch the telly now. I've left the stream off. I mean, I know Pepe got the best of him. What I'm saying is, all fullbacks get done occasionally, but consistently, Luke Shaw is one of the best. Oh shit, nearly spilled it. Get Martial on now, says Aiden. A draw would be such a poor result, says Mohammed Idris. I did another super chat, but I don't mind doing another one. Pogba average, thanks pal. We need a quicker CDM right now. Matic just can't cover the ground. I disagree about Pogba and Bruno. What's going wrong? Mark says oi oi. We're just not at the races, are we, today? And it's a disappointing thing to see, but we're not. Come on, United, let's sweep them out, says Kenyon. Cavani's been really quiet as well. All the criticism of Martial. I hope everyone sees with Cavani. It's a thankless task. Bruno has been bad today. He might take Bruno off. He could take Bruno off. I wouldn't do it because I think he's too important. But he might take him off and get Donny on. Do people not understand Matic's job? Says Sean Negative Turner. Here's Greenwood on the right hand side. No, he's overrun that. I don't think Matic is the problem, Sean. Far from it. I don't think Matic is the problem at all. I'm bored of Wolves diving, says PJ Pennington. Mark, you should get a second monitor, by the way. It will make streaming so much easier for you, I promise. I've got a second monitor, mate. And I have got a second monitor. I just kept it with Amazon Prime. I always keep it all on the one monitor, but I do have a second monitor when I'm using when I'm normally watching Sky or BT. I wouldn't say I'm bored of this game. Not bored, just disappointed with United. We're hitting that hour mark now. I would be looking for subs. Get Greenwood off and Martial on. I think that one will happen. I predicted that at half time. Luke Shaw is arguably our most consistent 7+ rating player in the club, next to Bruno. So underrated. This is Mr. Glenn Johnson. Wolves on the attack, well read. That's good from Matic. Reads where the cross is going to be. Maybe against Leicester we don't concede that final goal if Matic is on the pitch. I think Matic has played well. That's a poor pass by Greenwood. Pogba can't get there, and now Wolves have got it back with Traore. Good tackle by Matic again. We're having to defend here. Bruno might be playing poor, but he's the player that can change the game in a moment, says Nick M. Yeah, I agree. Good cross, well out. Difference between Bruno and Pogba is that Bruno will try and win back possession. If he loses it, Pogba gives up. Keep Bruno on because magic can happen, says Connor Patrick. I hope he keeps Bruno on. I'm just saying he might take him off. Can't play Cavani with Greenwood and Rashford, both too greedy. Need a Mata or a Van der Beek on the wing or any proper winger, says Jonathan Matthews. Martial is coming on. I would imagine it will be for Greenwood. Relegation, Arsenal only 6 points behind the title, challenging Chelsea, who have City next. Only be a 3-point gap soon, says the sober Irishman. It can change around very, very quickly. You're right. It's a crap performance, says Robbo FM, but it's these games you scrap the win and prove you got the minerals for a title challenge. Exactly. That's my mentality, Robbo. I'm just thinking, let's try and find a way to win. Welcome to the Members Club, United Shamrocks. Thank you for joining. The trouble is, Wolves look more... I mean, where's... Luke Shaw's been double-teamed there. He can't do anything. Luke Shaw's double-teamed there because Rashford's not tracking the run. Yeah, Wolves are starting to take control here because their sub of Podence has made them more potent. We're losing control of this game. Here's Bruno. I'll take a dirty dive to win it, says Robbo FM. Kevin Delator says, haha, double teamed. Here's Bruno. Wolves will get rid of that. We need a player like Saka. Did you see the assist, says Iga? No. Here's Pogba. To Bruno. Into Wan-Bissaka. Whip the cross in. Sod the fact that he's down injured. Don't piss about. Bruno. Rashford. Can't head the ball. He cannot head the ball, Rashford. And it's Podence who's down here, actually. I haven't really seen that Rashford chance back again. Matic for man of the match, Martial and for Cavani. His state of charge is too low for 90 minutes. It's Greenwood for Martial, as predicted at half-time. That's the sub. Lewis Noakes says that Bruno's been pants. I don't think there's any denying that. I don't think there is any denying that. It's 25 minutes to go. These are the games you got to win. I think there's a big question to be asked about Paul Pogba after the game. If he doesn't do something in the next 25 minutes, there's got to be a question mark over whether he should be being picked for games if he's going to put in a performance like that. But having said that, in fairness to Pogba, Bruno's not played well either. And remember, Wolves have played a lot of football. This last 25 minutes, we've got to get at them. Bruno lecturing Martial there, says KA. And Ashley Russell says you can't rely on Bruno as much as you do. Well, yeah, this is the problem, we do. Breaking the play here because of an injury. Please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner to do that. Or subscribe if you haven't. We're live every night at 8 o'clock. Every morning at 10 a.m. with the news. Lots and lots of content for you. Always live and interactive. You're very welcome. Subscribe, bottom right-hand corner for that. Thanks for all the super chats as well. You can do that through the $sign. And we've got about 25 minutes to go in this game. Player ratings will be coming up soon as well, which you can vote for on the website. I'll explain that when they're out. But Tony to score the winner, I hope so. I hope so. The trouble is, anybody could predict it'll be a draw against Wolves. It's the sort of thing that happens against Wolves. But where's the progression if you're just going to keep drawing with Wolves? What did Liverpool do to Wolves a couple of weeks ago? They blasted them, didn't they? What do people want? Bruno is human. Look, Bruno's allowed an off day. 100%. Of course he's allowed an off day. But the reality is, you know, would you put it past Bruno to get an assist and win it? You know, I think the longer this game goes on at 0-0, the more likely it is that we will find a winner. You know, if this team is serious about being a title challenger, then you win this game. Bruno is giving Martial his orders. The second he's on, says TJ Hogan, and the usual £10 bet is gone on super chats now, says Jack Jones. Tested negative for COVID today. Get in there, mate, says even Manuel. Good to hear that. I do think we've been better for Eric Bailly at the back. I know it's early to say that, but I think Pogba's played too deep as well. I'm going to talk about that in the match reaction. Too deep. Not ran past Bruno enough. Same as McTominay against Leicester. What's the point in playing Paul Pogba if he's not allowed to get forward? Another substitution from Wolves. I think it's Neto coming off, actually. Yeah, Neto's coming off. Paul Green says Pogba's not just playing deep, he's playing terrible. He's a waste of space. And Bailly's been good tonight. Yeah, he has. I mean, for me, Eric Bailly, I like him playing for the pace. If he has a good game as well, great. Has Wolves bought the entire nation of Portugal, says Mike Thomas. Sorry. I'm trying to make your name Portuguese now. Time is running out. We need to win this game. Come on. The problem is, I've got to say, chances are slim again. Cross comes in. Corner for United here. Get your head on it, Harry. Come on. He's had a decent game tonight, Maguire, as well. Get your head on the end of this corner. Well, Luke Shaw's on the corner. The cross comes in. Eric Bailly. Cavani! Offside. Offside. Bollocks. Eric Bay with the header. Oh, he's given a penalty. Is he giving a penalty? Is he giving a penalty? Handball. Come on then. Come on then. Well, I think that's a penalty. He's got to give it. Oh, come on. VAR's giving that. Penalty. Come on. Get in. It's got to be a penalty. He's not giving it. How's that not a penalty? How is that not a penalty? How is that not a penalty? Come on. You're having a bloody laugh. He bounces onto his hand. Bloody hell. Look, whatever. It's not been given. You know, we've not played that well. It would have been a bit lucky to get it. But I've got to say, I've seen so many decisions given over the last fucking year that I don't understand are penalties. And for me, that's a penalty before the bloody handball change. Handball rule changes. I think that's a penalty. 20 years ago, I think that's a penalty. So you can screw your bloody new penalty rules for a game of blockbusters. I don't care. That's a penalty for me 20 years ago. The ball's moved 5 metres and it's bounced up onto his hand. I think it's a bloody penalty. So, I mean, people will say it's a natural position. How can it be a natural position when it's travelled that far? He can easily move his hand out the way. But it's not a penalty. Anyway, corner here. Zonal marking again. And Maguire attacks the ball for once and does a good job there. Oh, De Gea with the save. Bloody hell. I think there was an offside anyway because they've not got a corner. I think he'd given a foul for offside or something. Yeah, he was offside. Still a good save by De Gea. De Gea and Matic have been my best two players so far, I think. Pogba gets it to Rashford, who's gone to the right-hand side, and Martial's obviously playing off the left. Let's hope that in the last 20 minutes we've got a little bit of tempo. That penalty paper's over the cracks. If this team under a manager, we don't deserve it. We didn't get it either. I've just seen it again. I think it's a penalty. The ball travels a long way. His arm's out. I think it's a penalty. I still think it's a penalty. Regardless of what people think. He's going to book the goalkeeper for time wasting now, but I've seen it 6 times now. You make your own mind up. He's not giving it. I can't moan about it anymore. But Mike Thomas says replay showed him raise his hands towards the ball. Should have been a penalty. End of. He could have moved his hand away. Exactly. I think it's a penalty, but what do I know? Rashford has been poor, and Greenwood was the wrong decision to start. Martial has already looked better than both of them, says Alec Miller. It's going to be the late show here. Pogba, Bruno's got it. Nice pass into Pogba. Takes it down. Good shot, Pogba. Long way out, but it's easy save. It's an easy save for Patricio, I'm afraid. But a little bit better from United, to be fair. The link is in the video description for player ratings now. Second paragraph down. Or you can just go straight to unitedstand.com to get your player ratings in. Mark every player out of 10, 6 being average, and put a star next to your man of the match. Get your player ratings in for the match reaction. Rashford has been poor. Yeah, we did that one. That was a penalty. It wasn't offside either because the Wolves player touched it before Cavani got it. Or is it just me, says Chelsea. And get Rashford off. Shocking. Not interested tonight, says Anthony Jury. This type of game needs Donny and Mata on, says Nathan. I can't believe he hasn't brought Donny van de Beek on either. I mean, 15 minutes to go. What was the point in buying Donny van de Beek? I'm sure it was offside because VAR would have reviewed that anyway. The trouble is, if Van de Beek even came on now, he's only going to get 10 minutes. I don't understand why Donny van de Beek is at the club anymore. Like, it's not worked. He's an attacking-minded midfielder, and we've not created any chances. Like, if you're not going to bring, what is the point in having him at the club? It makes no. I'm absolutely bewildered at this point about what the use of Danny van de Beek. And look, hopefully we're going to win the game without bringing him on, of course. But here's Pogba. Hit it, Tony. Oh, over the bar. Long way out, to be fair, but could have been a goal. Love the streams, Mark. Can you give a shout out to Bleachers Bad Boys, says Even Hilly. And people saying FFS Martial. He's bloody miles out. He's not even in the bloody penalty box. And people are saying, for fuck's sake, like he's Mr. Sitter. Chill out. He's not even in the box. Good win back by Luke Shaw. Another bad pass by Bruno. Matic wins it again. I think Matic has played really well in this game. Come on, United. Let's just find a chance. No point in fantasising about a title race if we can't win these games, says the contrarian. Well, exactly. That's why we need to bloody move it. Nice ball into Cavani. Luke Shaw. Another snooze fest, says Dylan Bradley. Well, Wolves are just parking the bus now. They've not really attacked much in the last 10 minutes, really, Wolves. I think they're tired, aren't they? The game plan was to probably try and get a goal in the first half and defend the second half, but I think they were always going to defend in the second half. Van der Beek's a Glazer signing. Ollie didn't want him, says David Page. If we draw this game, you know, you can't win titles dropping the points we're dropping, you know. And I don't think anybody really thought we could win titles, but I wanted us to be in the race, like, you know. Liverpool aren't going to drop points against West Brom every week. That was a let-off against Leicester. Pogba now being given licence to go forward and we're a better team. Rashford. Oh, Rashford. That was a good chance, that. That's poor from Martial, I told you, says United TV. He's offside again, Rashford, anyway. Fucking offside anyway. I mean, it's a good chance for Rashford. I wouldn't say it's a clear-cut chance, but it's a good chance. But he was offside anyway. Lovely takedown, though. Please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. 10 minutes to win it. 10 minutes to go. Do you think we're going to win it, everybody? I hope so. I really hope so. But I'm knee holding my breath. I'm not going to bother holding my breath on this one. And of course, the problem is, I think Ollie will be just sat there going, you know, it's a good result, and I'm not convinced it is, because it's not been a good performance. Eric Bay's gone down. Don't get injured, Eric. Please don't get injured. It's just running. It's slipping away, isn't it? It is slipping away here, and I'm not sure that that's good enough in the wider sense of things. Oh, good shot again, and it's David De Gea with another good save. Unfortunately, Maguire's there to tidy it up. It's a free kick by Bruno. Be icing on the cake to bloody lose. Cross comes in. Wolves are going to keep that in on the far hand side. Cross comes in again. David De Gea gets hold of it. Rolls it out. Bruno does well. Matic play on. Now it's Cavani. Game's not stretched enough. Now Pogba coming forward. Don't put the bloody ball out. De Gea's injured now. Fucking hell, what's happened to De Gea? Put the bloody ball out. De Gea's injured. Oh, for God's sake. I don't know what De Gea's done. What's De Gea done? Oh, he's been hit in the back by a Wolves player. That's what's happened there. Well, that's another break in the play. That's going to hurt. It was an accident anyway, I think. And still, he won't use the third sub. Absolutely ridiculous. That we haven't used the third sub in a game like this. I think you know. Hopefully, we're going to get a late winner. But I cannot understand when we've performed as bad as this that you wouldn't make another substitution when you've got another substitution to make. It defies logic. It really, really does. Here's Bruno. But hopefully we're going to find a winner because bloody hell we need it. Wan-Bissaka, Rashford. I mean, we've actually... I can't think of a good chance we've had, really, apart from that chance from Bruno in the first half. And we've got 5 minutes. It's lacklustre. Really poor. Bruno with a nice ball over the top. No, it's not. The defenders read it. Bruno wins it back. Pogba into Shaw. Lovely ball into Bruno. Good block. Keeper was diving. I think it was going to be a good shot from Bruno there. And he's given the foul. Just suck it into the net. This is what the Stretford end used to do. And we bloody could deal with it now. But I don't think it's going to happen for us tonight, everybody. I think it was a good... That looked like it was going to be a good shot from Bruno. Fucking hell. I tell you what, I'm not happy about this game. I'm not happy about the lack of using the third sub. It's ridiculous. It's 0-0. You know, you've got to find a way to get another substitute on because it's not worked. So why would you not? Whether it's Mata, whether it's Donny van der Beek, whether it's Dan fucking James, get somebody on and use the third sub. Because to me, it's not. I mean, look, there's you could take Bruno off, and most people wouldn't do that. You could take Pogba off. You could take Rashford off. You could take Cavani off. He doesn't want to do it. Bryn says, yeah, get somebody on and weaken the team. Mate, it's not about weakening the team. The team hasn't played very well, and we spent £35 million on Donny van der Beek. We give Juan Mata £150,000 a week. Weaken the team. I mean, what's the point in having them if you're not going to use them? We've got a massive schedule. Why would you not use your third substitution? And also, it fits in again. What's the fucking point in having Donny van der Beek at the club? Like, seriously. I wouldn't even bother bringing Donny van der Beek on now. What's the point? 4 minutes. It just breaks the play up. So disappointed to draw this. We totally don't deserve to win, but 2 draws against Leicester and Wolves, it's not good enough if you want to be in a bloody title race. We have lost one of the best academies in the world with our treatment towards Donny, says Marcus. Oh, I mean, forget. I mean, it's you know what? It's not. You know what? It's not even Van der Beek, Mata, or Dan James. Put Scott McTominay on for Pogba. Like, just do something to change the game, the tempo, the pattern. Like, do something. I think it's disgusting that he's not made a third substitution. I mean, if we were dominating Wolves and we're trying to, we look like we're going to win it, fine. But the game has been the same from the first minute to the 88th minute. It's been the same all the way through. There's been a lack of tempo, a lack of creation of chances. Change the fucking game up. Like, he's just not changed the game. It shows a real lack of tactical nous. You've got 7 options on that bench still, or however many. But to not change it, I mean, I'm hoping we're going to win it. We can still win it, and I hope we do. But I still would have made the change. Martial, Pogba, hit it! Oh, he's waited too long. Pogba, it's waited too bloody long. You can do your player ratings on the unitedstand.com, or you can go through the link in the video description. We will be doing the match reaction afterwards, of course. But you can vote for your player ratings, mark every player out of 10, 6 being average, man of the match with a star, give Ollie a mark out of 10, and then submit your score. We'll go through those on the match reaction. But disappointed again. Just disappointed. I don't care how we win it, just bloody win it. But here's Martial in the box. Rashford. Everyone's took a fucking touch today. Why are you taking a touch all the time? Just get a bloody shot off. It's like we're trying to pass it into the bloody box. Just get a bloody shot off. Everyone wants to take an extra touch. Shoot. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Good. Come on, Moss. Bloody hell. It's a good tackle by Maguire, that is. How has he not made a third substitution? Bloody joke. Well, at least we've had a clean sheet. Typically, the day that the defence get a clean sheet, we don't score a bloody goal. I'm so disappointed by this. I really wanted us to win this. As soon as Pochettino gets a bloody job, we stop winning. Lovely hold-up play by Martial. He did well there. Can't do it all, though. Look at Eric Bailly there. Come on. Come on. Good point for Wolves. Martial could have had a bloody penalty there, you know. If he'd gone down then, he could have had a penalty. Honesty in football gets you nothing. He left his foot in there, and if Martial had gone down, I reckon they'd have given a penalty there. What are your thoughts, everyone? Oh, Rashford's in on the right-hand side.
Yes! Get in! It's deflected in! It's Marcus Rashford! Get in! 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 Anyhow will do. It deflects in. I do not care. Get in! 1-0 Manchester United. Marcus Rashford shoots. Deflects in. Massive 3 points. Get in! Get in! Bloody Wolves! 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 I've seen more threat from Paw Patrol, you park the bus puppy twats. Get in! Bloody brilliant. Marcus Rashford cuts inside. Shoots off his left foot. Deflects in. Get in! Get in! Bloody get in. I tell you what, Wolves, they've sat so bloody deep this half. And, I mean, they've done nothing for the last half an hour, Wolves. They've sat so bloody deep. They've sat so bloody deep. They're like a corpse on a bungee jump. Absolute prats. Get out. Get out with your part of the bus. That's justice for football. That's justice for football, that is. Oh, justice for football. Park the bus, twats. Get in. Bloody get in. Get in. Get in. Oh, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I do not care. I don't care how we played, what went wrong, what went right. That's what you do. You win when you're playing badly. Get in. Get in. McTominay's coming on now. Bruno with the assist as well. Again. I didn't even see it. I thought he might have been offside. Get in. Come on. 20 seconds to go. Oh, this is massive. This is massive. Keep it in the corner, Pogba. Keep it in the corner. I still stand by it. I still stand by it. We're lucky. We're very, very lucky. And I don't really give a shit, but we are very lucky. I still don't understand why he didn't make a third substitution. He's fucking lucky. He's very, very lucky. But the thing about Ollie is, he is a lucky manager. He is a lucky manager. There's nothing wrong with that. And Bruno's been shit as well. And I love Bruno. He's been absolutely shit, but he's got an assist again, apparently. I don't care. But I don't care because the most important thing is, for us as fans, we want the win. That's what we want. We want the win. We want the 3 points. We are the winners. We are the winners as fans because we win the game. But on a course of a season, you can look back at again. I've done this so many years, decades under Sir Alex. These sort of games are huge. Absolutely huge because you come out with 3 points when you could have had 1. It's a massive, massive result. Absolutely huge. And I think, Ollie's a lucky coach. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think he's got to look at long and hard at some of the things he did today. But the final whistle goes. Get in! Have some of that! Have some of that! Have some of that! And I tell you what, I think Wolves got what they deserved. Half an hour to go, parked the bus. They were so far back, they were in the fucking Stretford end. First crowd we've had in 9 months, and it was the Wolves' defence. They were so deep. And it allowed United to get in. But I tell you what, we've turned a point into 3 there. You can't knock it. I thought the defence were brilliant. I thought Matic, Maguire, Bailly, Luke Shaw, Wan-Bissaka second half, De Gea, they did their job today. They did their job today. You can moan about the attack, but the defence did their job today. And then at the end, Marcus Rashford and Bruno with the assist as well. Don't care what anyone said, they played with no striker and we're now second, says Steve MUFC. That's the thing. That's the thing. That's for us. That's for the fans, that is. That's a bloody massive win, that. An absolutely massive 3 points. And look, we can't play like that again. I don't think we'll play like that again for the rest of the season, hopefully. But Liverpool did it loads of times last year as well. Absolutely loads of times. So, that's very interesting. Player ratings, link in the video description, or go straight to theunitedstand.com. Got loads of, mark every player out of 10, 6 being the average, star your man of the match, submit your score. We'll be on the player rating. I'm going to do my match reaction now. That's also going to be through the homepage or the link in the video description. I'll be live again in a couple of minutes talking through that. A lot to digest. I'll see you on the match reaction. I still am going to say, because I think from a position of strength, you should still say, why didn't he do certain things? But what? I mean, come on. That's drama. That's ecstasy. That's what we want to see. That's a massive 3 points. That's Liverpool fans, Chelsea fans, Arsenal fans, Spurs fans gutted. Absolutely gutted. Do you want lemon in your tea because you're crying tears? They will be gutted with that. But we were only a minute away from being gutted ourselves. Football can spin. I'll see you on the match reaction in a couple of minutes. Thanks for watching.